Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Welcome back. Random show settings. What's going on, people? Apologies for the delay. I just got finished up doing Taz. Apologies for the delay. Random show settings. We are back in the hot seat. It is I, your host, the friend you wish you never had, Agostina, aka AZ. What's happening, people? Welcome back. It is the Random Show with I, your host, Agostino Zinga, and I'm so happy, so glad to have you today for the #1 premiere comedy based snark live stream podcast thingy on the scene. You get me? We're out here. Big up everybody tuning in, big up everybody locked in, big up those of you who are in the chat earlier on today. Appreciate you. Big up those of you that are going to be coming up later. Appreciate you too. If you're enjoying the show, you like what you see throughout the entirety of the show, please make sure you like the stream, press the like button down below, hit subscribe, leave me a comment after the fact, get involved in the stream chat. That'll be greatly appreciated. As you guys know, I'm doing a marathon stream. I'm doing a marathon of streaming throughout the next 31 days. Today is technically day number 4. And tomorrow will be day number 5. We're finally going to hit the 5-day milestone tomorrow, which is today. But today's number 4. Tomorrow's going to be number 5. And we're going to be going all the way until the 6th of June. We're going until the 6th of June. We're streaming every single day until the 6th of June. If you want to be a member, if you want to take part, if you want to help me hit that goal of hitting 500 members, down the link. There's a link down below in the description. Press the link, become a member, gift a membership, all that good stuff will be really appreciated. We're trying to get to fucking 500 members. Can I do it? I think the max I have gotten in 1 month, members wise, was maybe 150-ish, maybe 150, around there. So let's see if I can hit 500 members by the end of this marathon, which is going to be the 6th of June. The 6th of June. Let's see if we can hit it. Let's see if we can do it. If not, it doesn't matter. It's good to hear it, but if not, it doesn't matter. I just want to do it anyway. I want to do it for me because I've stumbled a few times. I think I've started like 3 times now. I've restarted, so I want to do it just for me. So 4th time lucky. 4th time is lucky, or 3rd time's a charm, whichever one it is. Now I'm going to be doing it again, so I want to know I can do it and then continue on. And who knows? After I've done the 31 days, I might just continue doing it anyway, just every day, because now that I've been mixing up some of the commentary, it gets a bit more interesting. You get me? Because the BAPPA stuff's a bit boring now. There's not a lot of stuff going on. The TFATK has kind of died, a slow death by 1,000 cuts. Big up Tony Hinchcliffe. The scene's a bit dry. Joe Rogan's a bit dry. So now we're mixing up things. We're getting some lolcows involved. We're doing some Wingsofredemption. We're doing some DSP. We're mixing it up. It's kind of getting more interesting. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. I'm feeling more interested and more energized to do the show too. Not just covering the Brenda stuff. But bread and butter is, of course, the BAPPA verse and the GRE verse. We're not going to move from that, but we're going to, mix up a little bit. Today, remind me at 2 a.m. today. So in about half an hour, remind me, there's going to be a live stream of Kill Tony. I know some of you guys don't like to watch Kill Tony, but we might react a little bit to that. We might do like a little bit, 2 minutes, half an hour here, half an hour there. But Kill Tony starts premiering at 2 a.m. So if you can remind me, that'd be great, and then we can switch over and watch a little bit of Kill Tony. But I appreciate those of you who are here. Thank you for joining me. Really do appreciate you. Big up Liche Wagwan. Big up David Clements Wagwan. Young Old Vibes. Young Old Vibes. Get AZ the type. What's that? What did you say? AZ the type of person. What you just insult me with here? I've just started and fucking our queen's already insulted me. What do you say, Mr. Matty? Is he the type of person to run a marathon and take a break in McDonald's? Okay, cool. Whatever, man.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up, Gabriel Footballer. Big up for becoming a member, bro. And big up for being a member for 1 month. You're a G. I appreciate you. Big up Game Bread Footballer. Always here. We got Bing Bong. Only listen to the show for Papa Verse. I'll listen to Eric Griffin's podcast if I listen to someone who's £300 and just sits. Whoa. Okay, Bing Bong. Relax, brother. Only listening to this show for the BAPA verse. I'll listen to Eric Griffin podcast if I want to listen to somebody who's £300 and just sits around. By the way, I'm not £300. I'm about 250. Okay, so you're putting £50 on me that I'm not. I'm about 250. Let's relax. I'm not 300. I'm 250. So get your facts right. All right, motherfucker, get your facts right. Big up Art Blue Balls in the chat. Big up Andre Azempic, appreciate. Big up Lisha Manuel Wagwan Lisha, hope you're good, brother. Big up Michael Roy, Two Swords, everybody. Big up. Let's continue. So first things first, let's go and do some TFATK Reddit. Let's do some TFATK Reddit shit. First things first, let's do some TFATK Reddit shit. What have I missed out on here? TFATK Reddit shit. So, first thing, what have we seen already? Okay, we've seen quite a lot of it, isn't it? So let's go from SODER and his pals making fun of the 27 minutes of fury. I think we might have seen this too. But in case we haven't, let's just double check this anyway.
Like a drunk, sleepy Mexican at the bar. There's soccer on TV.
Going in the back. It's like, everybody.
Oh, by the way, big up everybody in the stream chat who's drinking, who's got a little drink on. I've got a nice bit of a raspberry Red Bull here, just to keep my energy up. I got a bit of raspberry Red Bull. Let me know what you're drinking in the stream chat. Let me know what you're drinking on or sipping on or whatever.
It wasn't bad. And he was like, they lose again. That sucks.
It was terrible. And I had no money.
Tell a man to stop hitting his thigh with a microphone.
Why every time you do it hurt my ear? Stop slamming your microphone. He's like,
yeah, dude, it was
I
so
get
bad.
it. You're naming breakfast food.
There's no more to name. Senor, you're all out of breakfast foods.
You didn't even say anything about an enchilada.
There's no chilequiles. He's like, oh, that's good, man, chilequiles. He goes, I started it back up again.
Oh no.
I thought the riff was over.
I don't see what it has to do with Brendan, to be honest. It's a bit funny, that clip, but I don't see what it has to do with Brendan. Not gonna lie. I don't know what that has to do with Brendan. I like the logo of Dan Soder's podcast. It's called SODER, and it's got the little sofa app, illustration with SODER on it. SODER sofa. I quite like that. But I don't see what this has to do with Brendan. I don't know why this person uploaded it on the TFATK subreddit, but I don't see what this has to do with Brendan, apart from the guy speaking in a Mexican accent. I don't know if that has to do with Brendan. Maybe I missed something, but I don't see what it has to do with Brendan. I'm not going to lie. Big up the stream chat. What you guys saying here? Big up Ryan Harty, Wagwan G. Lisha, I got a 12-pack and some ZAR. Good to hear, brother. That's what you need right now. Two Swords, I got some In and Out. Love that. AZ, was I the only one who missed Bobby Lee's ex had a baby? No, brother, you weren't the only one. She just didn't post about it on social. She put out a statement. RR Skins. Kalila put out some sort of like statement, like a little blurb, talking about her direction in life, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I think in the second line she mentioned having a baby. But I don't think the statement was about the baby. I think the statement was about her like new direction, about her company, and then she mentioned the baby in the second line. I think so. So it wasn't necessarily something that you would have known unless you were paying attention deeply. She didn't really put it out there. I don't know who people are alleging the baby dad is, by the way. I don't know who the baby dad is. I don't really care, to be honest, but I don't think I've heard people say definitively who the baby. I think she's keeping that close to her chest as well. Similar to Whitney Cummings. Big up Alessio. Oh, okay, we already saw that. Okay, cool. Let's change it. Let's move away from that then. Big up Alessio. Thank you for that. Heads up, my friend. Let's do there's no balance in BAPA and Rinks' life. When I saw that, I thought there's no blanche. I thought it says white. Is it speak French? There's no balance in BAPA and Rinks' life too. Let's play this clip.
Has never had a long relationship. What's this balance they're speaking of? I live with guy. I live with guy. Trained with a guy.
Yeah.
There's no balance.
He was just.
He's married to the game.
He was
to be that good. Oh, dude, and you're talking about a guy that would wrestle with the Canadian national team just for the fuck of it at all hours of the day.
Really?
And then go do his MMA training, then go to gymnastics.
By the way, I think Brendan, I've just thought about this now. I think Brendan is on this like rant and saying these type of things as the way to kind of explain why he quit stand up and why he's being a baseball dad now and why it's all about his kids and his family. It's like a weird cope thing, right? To make sense of his failings. He's trying to say that the only way you can be excellent, you become great, you can whatever, in whatever profession you're in, is to dedicate 100% focus on that one thing. And I guess he's trying to use that as an example to say that's why he had to leave stand-up behind to focus on his kids, because he was noticing that the stand-up was taken away from how he was looking after his kids, or his inability to look after his kids. I think that's what he's trying to get at. I think that's where this whole like balance, and you can't have balance, and the comedy was distracting. I think that's where this whole shit comes about, which is dumb, because Rogan's modus operandi, or Rogan's first sort of like thing that you knew about him, was this idea of applying your efforts across the board everywhere, like being a hustler, being able to be super hard in your training with jiu-jitsu, super hard in the gym, run really hard, eat like a fucking, eat like a lion and shit, and then also look after your family. That was the whole holistic approach of being like, an alpha male in that kind of group of people. So in a weird way, he's kind of admitting that he kind of falls short of that standard. And it also just doesn't make sense, because there's plenty of people out there that have a lot of things on their plate. They run companies, they take part in different charities, they travel the world, they have different hobbies, interests, whatever, and they're still able to be present and look after their children or be present in their family life and shit. It's just not an either or type of thing. But I think Brendan is going on with this. There's no balance. You have to be obsessed with things. You have to be focused on something to be the best, as a way to explain why he failed at stand-up.
Go to yoga, would have his food there. Like he was a psychopath.
Total psychopath.
Balance.
You guys learned a lot from him, right?
Sure.
Set the standard.
Sure. Yeah. The blueprint of like being.
Oh my God. Big up Young Old Vibes. There's a new report. Really? Okay, I'll see that after this clip played. Big up Young Old Vibes. Appreciate you. I've talked about that in Taz, but I saw you saw the initial report. I didn't see the updated report. Big up Young Old Vibes. Appreciate you.
Professional. There's no bounce. Kobe bounce.
And
Excuse me.
He likes
Tom Brady bounce. Excuse me. Drinking avocado shake. Excuse me.
Yeah, well, Djokovic is not balanced.
No, quit bringing up stats when I do that stuff, though, right? But Jokic also for the Nuggets, they're not balanced.
He's not balanced.
No. To be great, there's no balance. David Goggins balanced.
I don't think Larry Bird was that balanced, was he?
No.
I love that story about him. They were doing the free throw contest, and he's looking around. The guy goes, "What's up?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm just looking at who's going to come in second."
It's dumb. And again, the Callan thing, I you know how much I hate Callan when he's fucking, slobbering on Brendan's knob, and he's standing in front of him like a human meat shield, and he's trying to explain things for him so Brendan doesn't look bad by fumbling over his words or saying the wrong thing. He's a complete cuck for Brendan, but I get it, because Brendan's essentially changed his life, right? Let's be fair to Brian. Brendan's changed Brian Callan's life. Without Brendan, Brian Callan will be solely dependent on his dad for money and for finances. You know that. This guy's a loser. This guy's a failure. He hasn't been able to sustain any type of success over the years. He's stopped and started, 17 different podcasts over the years. So Brendan's really been his saving grace. So I get why he goes out of his way to put himself in front of Brendan and do what needs to be done to defend him and suck him off on camera. But in this instance as well, it's also kind of insulting, because Brian's doing the things that Brendan says you can't do. Brian's trying to have several different podcasts. He's trying to do content. He's trying to get back into acting. He's doing stand-up comedy. He's traveling around the country, not the world at the moment. But Brian's doing that thing while also trying to raise two families, living on different coasts, different sides of the states and shit. So Brendan saying what he's saying about there's no balance, it's almost admonishing and taking a piss out of his co-host by saying that Brian is now what? Likely a shitty dad, or a shitty comedian, or an average comedian, because he's not entirely focused on one thing, because he has a family and shit. That's not the case. I don't believe that. Big up Josie in the stream chat as well. Well gone, Josie. Britney Spears, when he was doing her residency in Vegas, she would fly back to LA daily to be with her kids. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I said it previously as well. One of the things I admired about Virgil, I got a chance to work with Virgil for a very brief time when I was working for that company, Mastered. and I was in charge of putting together the streetwear curriculum for that online course there. And Virgil was one of the main tutors, so I was in charge of, like, you know, managing him, working with him, booking a bunch of the other lecturers and whatever else who were on that course. And we got to meet him a couple of times and talk to him and shit. And as a company, we got to kind of communicate with him as well. And he would regularly be traveling from where he was based in Chicago with his family, traveling to the Milan studios where Off-White was based, New Guards Group headquarters, traveling to Paris to do stuff with Louis Vuitton, then traveling to London to meet us, then traveling back again to Paris, then Milan, then back to Chicago, LA. Like, he was going back and forth, then visiting all the stores that he has in New York with Off-White. I think Off-White had one store in New York at that time. He was using planes like Ubers. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not speaking out of turn, I think at that time when we met Virgil, he was at his peak of business. And I mentioned before, some people have even suggested that maybe that level of working and that stress was what contributed to him getting cancer. Who knows? But I remember there was a period where he would at least go back home to Chicago once per week. This guy was traveling. Imagine how long those flights are from America to Europe. Traveling from America to Europe and then back again. And he'd always go back to Chicago once a week. So it's possible. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, you're going to be burning the candle at both ends. But to act as if like there's not people out there that are operating on different, you know what I mean, on many different projects at the same time and still balancing that with a family life and a relationship is really dumb. It's really fucking dumb. Really fucking dumb. And again, just to cope, because it didn't work out for Brendan and he had to kind of quit stand-up. He's now saying the only way to do stand-up is to be entirely focused on stand-up, which is true, but you can still have a family. You can still have a partner, a wife and shit. You don't have to be either or. Big up Young God Vibes. Let's see this. I didn't see this actually. Let's see what happens here. Tory Lanez Instagram. Fuck, bro. Last I heard, he got stabbed and he's in critical contact academics. And now, let's see what happens. Let's see what's his Instagram saying. Shit. Let's see. Okay, cool. Here we go. Latest update. Fuck, bro. Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both his lungs collapsed. He was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Oh my God. He nearly died, didn't it? His lungs collapsed. That's serious, bruv. That is serious, bruv, bro. Nah. If you're Megan, man, you're like, honestly, man, if you're Megan Thee Stallion, man, you're a bad person, bro. I'm still gonna sit here and say, with my philosophy of kind of living by the doctrine of Jocko Willink, good guy, and being about, you know, radical self-acceptance and shit, or whatever, personal responsibility. I forgot the name of the book was again, but I would say
Powerful bunch.
Big up SANAZ, appreciate it, bro.
Can't wait for Tory Lanez Muslim arc. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, not alhamdulillah. A bit of Koila, extreme ownership, that's the one. Yeah. To be fair, I think he's Muslim already. I think he's Muslim already. That's Sadaziz. I think he's Muslim already, brother. Look at his picture, yeah. Isn't that Kufi? It's not one of those hats. I think he's Muslim already, brother. I think it's already happened. There he is there, looking a bit buff. There was a picture of him before he got stabbed up. But yeah, I think he's Muslim already. I think he's already made a conversion. You have to be feeling some level of guilt if you're a fucking thing. Even though I think I still blame Tory, extreme ownership. I think he did too much that night. I think he was feeling himself like most guys, and he let his kind of dick do the talking. In that situation where he went over to Kylie Jenner's house and Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey were there already, he should have never tried to move to fucking Kylie in that moment. I know it was a one-off moment. He probably has never been in Kylie Jenner's company as alone, apart from that one instance, and sometimes shooters have to shoot. But I did think that was a bad move, like doing that in that environment. It's too volatile. You're already smashing 2 of the girls in that house. They don't know that you're smashing each other, or the other one doesn't know you're smashing the other one. So that's already a volatile situation. And then you add more volatility to it by trying to smash one of the girls who has the house, who's obviously of higher status than the other one. It's going to make the other ones jealous. So I think he kind of created a problem for himself that didn't need to be there. He just should have chilled with them, had a good time, enjoyed their company, whatever, had a cheeky flirt, but that's it. He went too far. He did too much. And of course, after the fact, all of the fucking going back and forth on social media, kind of embarrassing Meghan and kind of calling out of her name and essentially changing the perception of what she's been perceived as. Because, you know, as bad as what Meghan has done is, I think Tory did a really good job in a weird way of permanently changing how Meghan's been perceived, you know? She's never recovered from that instance or that period because people have looked at her one way. So I'm sure that kind of contributed to her saying, you know what, fuck, I'm going to bury this guy. You know what I mean? I'm going to bury him. But now he's legitimately, you know, his life is in danger behind bars. You'd imagine a move like this probably comes from a really higher up. I don't think you get stabbed 14 times like this because you won a dice game, you know? This is somebody putting out a hit on you. And most likely you'd imagine, I've watched enough fucking crime dramas. I've watched enough police-based dramas. I mean, prison-based dramas. Most likely this isn't going to be the last time, you know? Most likely they're going to go back for round 2. If he's back in that prison again and he recovers, they're going to try and finish off the job, you know, you'd imagine, which is horrifying to think of. But it's also the reality of prison, you know. A part of me also thinks, in a weird way, all these celebrities, right? I feel like all these celebrities go to prison and nothing really happens. They'll come out and it's like, fine. Don't you think that sometimes? It feels a bit weird. It's like, what the fuck? What prison did you go to? It feels like nothing happens. Like some of them don't even change. Like they don't even change as people. They still come out and start doing the same madness they were doing before they went in, or the same madness that got them sent in. So in a weird way, it's kind of oddly on point or it's kind of oddly like makes sense for this to happen in the prison, considering that he's in the prison. But it doesn't happen as often. Maybe because maybe most celebrities don't go to a prison that he's at. Maybe he's at a really serious one. But I feel like a lot of celebrities kind of go there and just go on a fucking break, a holiday. They kind of get to save a bunch of money because they're not paying rent or in a mortgage anymore, and they come out and they're on the same fucking bullshit timing. This is like, you know, a reminder that prison is prison, clearly. But yeah, fucking hell, 14 times getting stabbed. It's probably fortunate that you don't have knives in there, so you have to use like makeshift stuff, which maybe doesn't fuck you up as much as an actual knife would. You're still gonna obviously die and perish from it. But it's probably somewhat beneficial that in prisons you have to fucking make your shanks, and you can't actually have actual knives, which could maybe help with some of these injuries. But you know, having both your lungs collapse, I don't think is a small thing. Being stabbed 14 times isn't a small thing. Being stabbed in your face is fucking crazy. And unlike fucking Megan Thee Stallion's phantom bullet wound in the foot, he's probably got markings of this, right? We never saw the hole in Megan Thee Stallion's foot from the bullet. All we saw were cuts from glass that she probably stepped on. But we're definitely going to see stab wounds from Tory Lanez, you'd imagine. Definitely going to see stab wounds of him getting fucking stabbed with some pointy object in that prison. Fucking scary shit. And allegedly this happened at 7:20 a.m. So most likely this happened in the showers, isn't it? Most likely this happens in the showers. You know? Big up Johnny Sneed. AZ acting surprised. It's prison, not the 4 seasons. But Johnny Sneed, you know what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I don't think fucking I don't think fucking, you know, prisons are a fucking vacation. But most celebrities, when they go to prison, it feels like it doesn't do nothing. You remember back in the day when people, this is a horrible analogy, but you remember, or example, but you remember back in the day when celebrities would have children, and if the guy was like a player, he'd have a child, and suddenly like you'd change his ways. But, oh my god, wow, man, now that I have a daughter, or now that I have a child, I know that I have to live my life for them. I have to be a good example, so I'm going to stop being out in the streets and being such a dog. And they change. Nowadays, I don't feel like it does that to anybody. I feel like people that have kids now, they just continue. If they're ratchet, they just continue being ratchet. They're out in the clubs twerking while they're pregnant. They're pregnant, breastfeeding and twerking. They're jumping around the stage with their kid. Nothing kind of changes. They don't slow down. They don't try and change course. They're just the same. Same with the prison stuff. They go to prison and it seems perfectly fine. You don't hear any reports of them getting beaten up, stabbed, nothing. Getting jumped on, getting fucking pockets ran through, zero. They come out and everything's completely fine. Maybe some of them lie. But I feel like nobody has an actual prison experience, these celebrities. Maybe because they got money, they can buy protection, but I feel like it's the first time I heard, like, even fucking, what's his face? Even Two-Face, even to Blueface. Like I haven't heard none of this stuff about Blue. Maybe Blueface is more clicked in and stuff because he's gang shit or whatever. But like, come on, these hothead people who go into prison seem like they get away with it. Like everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine. Yeah, exactly. Look at exactly, Coiler. Exactly. Anyway, whatever. Either way, this is still horrible. Prayers up for fucking Tory. Prayers up for Tory. Hope he recovers. And hopefully he gets freed soon as well, man. Like I said, it's a bullshit allegation, bullshit charge, man. He should never been in prison in the first place, but obviously he got chucked in there because of the gun and less to do about him actually shooting Megan Thee Stallion. I think most of us know he didn't shoot that girl. Not directly anyway, maybe indirectly with the tussle with Kelsey to get the gun off her, but the fact that Megan fucking went on stage went and testified that he did shoot her, it kind of is what it is, and I guess she hates him because of the whole Kylie Jenner shit. I get it, in the house, whatever, but god damn it, girl. God damn it. But again, if I was her, if I was a Megan's team, as much as I like Tory and I want him free for making music, if I was a Megan's team, I'll tell her not to say a single thing. I think this is the inflection point. If you're part of Megan's team, I think this is the inflection point. This is the moment where you break complete ties with Tory Lanez and you make the story all about Megan and her future. Because I feel like Megan's story has been too much linked. It's going to be forever linked with Tory in the same way that Rihanna's story will be forever linked with Chris Brown, wherever, which is sad and bad, but it is what it is. But I think if you're in Megan's team, you should tell her to make a clean break. Don't mention anything. Don't subtweet. Don't sneak this. Don't say a single thing about this stabbing. And just continue pushing forward. Drop a single on Friday. Drop a music video on Saturday. And just keep your head forward. Keep your head focused on the music. You know, twerk on the... Not even twerking. Just put out music. Forget twerking. Put out music. And focus on that. And then kind of elevate. Because too much has been linked with that whole shit. You know what I mean? And even if you want to answer brownie points, maybe drop the fucking the case around the whole blogging thing. What I mean, drop that case and just keep focused on the music. But I would not comment.
Powerful bunch.
That was me. Big up SANAZ.
Oz so disappointed he can't throw it back at the next Meg UK tour. This really ruined for him.
Knowing me, I probably would have. Thrown it back at the Megan tour. Knowing me and my pretensities to throw it back. Actually, don't I have a throwback video? Don't I have a fucking throwback video on my channel? I swear I do. Don't I have one? Is it at Taz, right? Yeah. I think I have a video of me actually throwing it back somewhere. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I do. But I've got to probably take off the sound. I think it's me doing it if I can make it sweat. Yeah, there you go. I think I've got it. Here you go. See? There's me. Throwing it back, actually. Me throwing it back. Let's take off the sound. Let's make it play. Look at that. Look at that grinding. Look at that throwing it back, bro. Look at that. Look at the hat. The hips don't lie, bro. The hips don't fucking lie. Huh? Who's eating something? Who's eating something? Who's eating something? If you're eating something, look at the screen. If you're munching on something, look at the screen. If you're sipping on something, look at the screen right now. If you're drinking and sipping on something, look at the screen right now. You're in for a surprise. You're in for a fucking surprise, mate. We grinding. Look at me. Look at that face. Look at that face. I'm feeling it, man. Slowly. Pull it out. It's too big. It's too big. It's too big. Yeah, okay, cool. I got your attention on the stream chat. Yeah, I got your attention. Cool. Let's get back to the stream. I'm glad I got all of your attention. I'm glad I got all of you guys' attention. I'm glad I've got all of you people's attention. Companies pay him to advertise their products.
Got a Magic Mind Max running through my veins. I'll do another one.
Me too, bro. I don't have any DCs.
You got no Diet Cokes?
No DC.
Damn,
bro.
baby. Damn, might have to double up on the...
Oof, he looks awful, innit? Brendan's looking awful. I think Brendan's off the Ozempic now. I think Brendan's fully off the Ozempic. He's looking kind of rough in the face. I'm not gonna lie. Or maybe he just didn't get enough sleep the day before. He's looking kind of rough. He's looking a bit bloated, looking kind of roughy on the edges.
You know what I'm saying? MM Max.
Oh, yeah.
That's stuff.
You gotta be careful with the caffeine.
Yeah,
So I've already had caffeine this morning.
The problem is that caffeine is time released, so I'll be jazzing for a long time.
Yeah, I don't want to shit my pants either.
Yes.
Yeah, too much caffeine will.
Correct.
Okay. Calling Diet Cokes DCs. Please don't do that ever again. Hope nobody in the stream chat does that or says that. That's diabolical. And yeah, he looks like pure dog shit. Brendan's looking like pure dog shit. I'm not too sure if it's because he's off the Ozempic, or maybe he's just aging, or maybe it's a lack of beard. But he doesn't look that great, does he, in the face? He doesn't look that great in the face. He starts to look a bit more full, more plump in the face. Bags under his eyes. Looking a bit rough there. BAPPA's looking a bit rough there. I'm not going to lie. He's looking a bit rough. How to make a 9-year-old hate baseball.
I went to the mound the other day.
It's 1 second.
Again, he only the mound the other day. Again, he only gave up 2 hits. There's a big fat kid there, slow. I went, buddy, if this kid gets a hit off you, we're not pitching anymore. That's where I'm at. And that's also why his attitude's that way. Part of it's on me. I go, if this fat kid, slow fat kid gets a hit off you, this isn't for you.
That's a little bit.
What?
So it feels like Brendan's only coaching or taking an interest in Tiger, his 10-year-old son, baseball, you know, whatever he's doing at the moment, playing baseball, because he feels like he can make it professionally. This is all the confirmation we need. He's only taking pleasure, taking part, active in it, because he feels like his kid can potentially make it. Which I think we all knew, but this is a confirmation. He's not interested in his kid just doing it for fun, making new friends, learning a skill, learning a hobby, getting out of the house and touching grass, or just them spending a lot of, like, you know, dad and son times sort of thing, especially at that kind of age that you're never going to actually get back. He's actually only interested in taking his kid to play baseball and being one of the quote-unquote coaches because he feels like he's going to make it. Which is, you know, it is what it is, but surely from my experience, little experience of helping out my little brothers when they were playing football, and me going watching my other friends and their little brothers, and just generally just being around the area, you know, if you're from an area, usually there's kids playing in the park, and if you live in that area, you might just help them out, or you're fucking around and stuff, and just whatever. It's just fun. It's never really about that until it is about that. Mostly when they're kids, especially if they're like under 13, you're usually just like having fun and just like getting them to learn how to play as a team, getting them to know how to support each other, to push through maybe pain or discomfort and shit, to have some fun, expend some energy. The parents love it. By the way, in my area, the parents used to love it. The parents loved it in my area because they got the kids out of the house and out from under their hair. If all the area kids that were maybe a little bit older, like I was and my brothers, maybe feel like all like 5 to 10 years older than your little siblings, if you take the onus to take these kids out and like play with them in a park and shit, organize little football tournaments, the parents love it because by the time the kids come back home at like 9 p.m, 8 p.m, they're already conked out, ready to eat and go straight to bed. You know what I mean? They ain't got any energy to like mess up the house, get on their parents' nerves and shit. But even during those times, there might be some kids there like, oh, that are good, that could probably make it professionally. But it's not about that. It's about making it fun. And if anything, I distinctly remember when we were kids, there were some kids in my year or kids at the same age as me when we were super, super young who maybe were professional. Like, I think a couple in general I'm thinking of now who are already playing for West Ham and Arsenal and Fulham and shit. But even those kids, they enjoyed it more when they came back home and got to play in the area. They hated going training because training, they got treated like adults, right? They were going to train for Fulham. They were going to go train for Arsenal, for West Ham, and they were playing like under 10s in the under 10 level, under 13s level. And yeah, you got treated like a little professional. You know what I mean? You got your kit, you got your this, so you had to train. But then when they came back home, they loved it because you got to play on the streets, like with your people, with your friends, in the park, with your friends, with your people. And it was just fun. Or even on Sundays, some kids, which is not allowed nowadays, but back in the day, you could maybe sneak it in. Some kids would play professionally for their teams, and they play on Sundays for their Sunday league teams. Some people do that semi-professionally on the Saturdays too, because it was fun to do. But then when you get older and you want to take it professionally, yes, you take it professionally. But when you're a kid, you should just be enjoying it. If anything as well, I'm surprised, especially with Brendan's background, because Brendan did lacrosse. Brendan also played in a little bit of football in college. Obviously, he'd never made it in the NFL and shit. But I would imagine he would know by now at this level, it really does help that your kid plays a lot of sports at once, at the same time. It can actually help them get better at other sports, you know? If they're just if they're just generally good at that. Like it's like the kid that just has the ability to play tennis, baseball, rounders, badminton, ping pong. All those things are important. And generally I found, I'm not sure if you guys agree, but in my experience growing up, especially in the schools I went to, most of the kids who were good at playing ping pong, the kids that are good at playing slapball, the kids that were good at playing basketball and all other sports were usually good at playing every other sport, you know? Like every other sport. And the ping pong thing is a direct correlation. I can't think of a single person, whether they were fat, big or skinny or whatever, who was good at ping pong and wasn't good at other sports. It usually was a correlation. If you was good at those things, you're good at other things. If you're good at table tennis, suddenly you're good at fucking cricket. If you're good at this, you're good at that. So it's weird that he's putting all these eggs in the baseball bucket. Yes, I get they make a lot of money. Yes, I get the contracts are fucking crazy. But surely at Tiger's age, 9 to 10, he should just be playing everything. He should be doing everything. Wrestling, fucking football, soccer. He should be playing, everything. Judo, whatever. Just do everything. Like, why is he just playing baseball? Why is he just fucking around doing everything and meeting a whole bunch of kids in the process? Making friends with loads of different type of kids from all over, from all over the place. Different socioeconomic levels, different backgrounds, different whatever. So it grows up and be like, that sounds like a really good way to go. And then maybe later, because he's only 9, 10, that age around the 13, when you usually start to when the guys that play it for like a hobby and the guys that do it professionally usually kind of split. That's when then you can maybe focus on something and specialize in one thing. But right now, he should be doing everything. It's strange that he's just making him focus only on baseball. How many other athletes have you seen out there, especially footballers who are like good at basketball, good at playing soccer and other sports as well? This Tiger kid, all he seems to do is just baseball. And I think the way Brendan's pushing him, how he's saying it, and the focus and the attention he's putting on it, and the fact that Tiger's obviously his favorite, so he puts a lot of attention, a lot of focus on him, which I'm sure is nice now for Tiger because, he probably loves his dad and thinks he's a hero. But I fear there's going to come a time where Tiger's going to unfortunately get to that age where he starts to despise his dad and be like, you know what? You're doing a little bit too much. You're being a little bit too overbearing. And then he's going to get to that age where he starts to have his own life, and then suddenly he doesn't care about all sports anymore because he wants to get you out of his life. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the sad part about it. He's in his kid's life now because he's obviously had to quit stand-up because he wasn't selling tickets and probably shit at comedy. But it's had a good effect because he's now in his kid's life. But then if he keeps pushing the way he is, it's going to get to a point where his kid's going to protest in a way and just say fuck all sports so that the kid can get away from him or he can get away from the kid. He's doing a bit too much, I feel like. I think he's doing too much. But
it's sports. Tighten the fuck up. That's why I'm his dad. That's why he's an outlier, you got to be ruthless.
But is he an outlier though? Surely if Tiger wasn't, again, I don't know nothing about sports, but I know a little bit about professional stuff and whatever. When I was in school and we were playing football, the kids I'm talking about, they're already professional before they were hit 10 years old, before they hit 11, 12. Maybe some of you guys can agree in the stream chat. I know two particular kids. One particular guy who was in the same year that I was in played for West Ham for many, many, many years. And he was playing there from when he was maybe 8 or something. So if your kid's an outlier, he should be already snapped up by a professional team by now, innit? It should be very obvious that this kid's an outlier. It doesn't take up until 10. Even 10, 13 might be a bit too late for some kids professionally. They should be on their way, So is he an outlier really? Or do you think he's an outlier?
Yeah. Off the field, we're very nice to the kid. And that kid doesn't hear it.
Of course not.
But T knows if he's a big, chunky, slow kid and he gets a hit off you, in other words, we got work to do.
If he's big, chunky.
What? So if he's a big, big, chunky, slow kids like Brendan. Brendan was a big, chunky, slow kid, by the way. I think he's just projecting. Big, chunky, slow kids aren't good at sports. Don't you guys know? I think in the UK we've had a bunch of them, but there's this thing about fat kids when they're younger or something, or just in general. There's always one fat kid. I remember one fat kid we went to school with. left-footed, incredible on the ball. Couldn't run that much, obviously, but when he got on the ball, incredible technique, incredible dribbling, incredible close control. So this idea that fat kids can't be athletic or good at sports is stupid. Like, there's gonna be a kid that's fat that just can just bat, you know what I mean? That can just hit them anytime. Hit. What does that mean? Does that mean you're not good if that kid gets some hits off of you? That's just stupid.
His bat speed's going to be a little slower, so let's
Everything's
throw
slow.
it down the pipe.
Oh, light is, and also from the silence, go, light his ass up. And then T just looks at me.
You'll say that from the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baseball's no
Why is
joke,
he
huh?
aggressive?
No.
Light his ass up.
So what's happened? Do you remember recently he was like, oh yeah, I'm not the type of, I hate the dads that are like all in this. Why is he so fired up? He actually looks kind of rattled. I can't zoom right now, but if you look at his face, he looks really fucking like, you know, riled up, really fired up, really kind of angry. And why? Why is this getting you so jacked up, bro? It's just kids baseball. It shouldn't be that serious. You should be more excited your kids playing and having fun and doing something and being outside and learning new skills and being like, chill, bro, chill.
Up.
Oh, yeah. I get pretty hardcore.
You're kind of a baseball dad, huh?
Oh, to the fullest.
Oh,
but not one of the, not one of those,
uh-oh.
not one of the psychos though.
I don't sound like it.
No.
Light-
Exactly. You sound like it. Exactly. Not one of the psychos though. You sound like it though. You sound like a fucking psycho. You sounded literally like a psycho.
His ass up.
I just tell T to compete.
How old's that kid? 8, 9?
9. Like I was trying to explain.
Mic drop moment. Exactly. How old is he? 9. And you're having this level of intensity. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, really, honestly. It really doesn't matter. I remember the time actually, one trial I took my little brothers to, I forgot, I think it might be the Fulham trial actually. And he didn't do that, he didn't do that well in it. And I remember like, you know, I was kind of like telling him off on the way home. Mostly just because I just didn't feel like he kind of like gave it his all. Do you know what I mean? He really was looking up to go there, was really excited to go. And I was kind of ripping into him on the way home, like, oh man, you should, like, why do you waste your time? You're wasting my time going there, And he didn't really like show up, like, what's the point? And I think as we got closer to home, I was thinking to myself, like, well, what's the point of this? Like, he might have just got a little bit flustered, a little bit kind of caught in the headlights, you know, the bright lights came on and he didn't kind of maybe show up and step up, but he knows it. You know when you do poorly, the last thing you need is your parent or your guardian or your brother to kind of rail on you. And I kind of just apologized at that moment. I was like, you know what, forget it, man. You went in it. We went at least. We had a good little day out. We got our little fucking burger. We got our little drinks on the way back home. And I felt bad about it the after. Even though I apologized to my brother at the time after, I felt bad about it. I was like, it doesn't actually matter. Like, we went out there. I mean, we traveled all that way. I remember back in the day, we bumped the train to get there to this trial. I think my brother went on trial for like Boreham Wood or something. It's like I don't know what league they're in now, but back in the day, they were in a pretty decent league, and he went to trial for them, and you know it didn't work out and shit. But you know, a bunch of kids from the area we also bumped into them there. A couple of parents. We got to see a couple of famous footballers or whatever, or kind of semi-famous, like in that sort of league. And that was what it was about. And then after the fact, we went to a bunch of other trials after that. And that was the attitude that we had. Just kind of go to just have some fun. Maybe get some footage as well. Because back then we were recording something. So maybe get some clips of you playing football on like a proper pitch and shit. So you can put on your social media. So even if it doesn't work out and they don't pick you, you still kind of got something from it. You got to play some football. You got to have some fun. Meet different people. Test out, maybe try out your skills, whatever. And you also got some quote unquote assets, content for your socials. But it's not like a make or break sort of trial thing. Yes, it's important, don't get me wrong, to do well, but it's all about having fun more so, playing sports, you know? And maybe I think, you know, that lack of having fun and shit kind of is the reason why a lot of professional sports now, especially on TV, is so fucking stale and
Powerful
sterile,
bunch.
You know? Big up Asad Aziz.
Misa Schaub. Yo son. Pitch many strikes.
Exactly. Honestly, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I always imagine, big up Asad Aziz, I always imagine people who didn't make it professionally would be a lot more like soft and understanding to their kids who want to make it. But I guess it's the opposite way. I guess it only happens if you actually made it. If you actually made it, like I think of most professional athletes who are like at the top of their game, whenever they get asked by a journalist or something, hey, would you advise your kid? Would you encourage your kid? Would you encourage a young person to do what you do? They always say no, innit? Even football.
Powerful
They got a lot of
bunch.
money. Big up Abe Martinez.
Kids going to run from home and be a cross-dresser.
Exactly. Look, let's not play games. That's a joke what he's saying. Abe Martinez, big up you. But that's the truth. That's what happens. Sometimes my brothers even, maybe for the time of pushing themselves for trials all the times, that's why they don't play football. Both my brothers don't play football anymore. You know, even though they both played football to a decent level, but because they were pushing themselves to make it, now both of them don't even play football, hardly watch it. So it can sometimes taint that sort of stuff. But I'm just thinking out loud. I think a lot of professional athletes who make it do tend to be very protective of their kids not to get into professional sports, because they know how much it takes, they know how much sacrifice, how much blood, sweat and tears it takes, or tears, to get to that level. So they're a little bit more cautious, they're a little bit more reserved, they're not so quick to encourage their kids to get into that same sport, because they want their kids to have like a regular childhood, because they know for them, you know, the other side of being a professional athlete when you're that age is that you don't get to live what a normal, you don't get to live like a regular child anymore. You don't get to have a regular childhood. You're always like, all the kids I'm thinking about now who are playing for West Ham and shit, they'd be pulled out of school midday, like, and they'll be upset. Us in school, because we didn't make it yet and we weren't playing professional sports, we'd be super jealous that they got to pulled out of school midday. But these kids would be upset because they went to hang out. They went to be there during lunchtime and eating and hanging out on the playground and shit. So you get pulled out of school more often. You have to watch what you eat. You have to be going around the country playing different places or whatever. So it's kind of a, you know what I mean? It's not always great. So to see someone like a Brendan who didn't make it but is super pushy with his kid, it's really weird. He should be more understanding, knowing how hard he tried to make it and he still fell way short in the NFL, or to get into the NFL, and also knowing how badly he did in the UFC, you know, even though he also came up at a time where the talent pool wasn't that deep and shit. So he should be a lot more understanding, but instead he's not. He's pushing his kid. I personally think he's pushing his kid too much.
Explained to T, like, he has whatever 4 practice week. We still have to hit outside that. I'm like, buddy, the games in practice are the bare minimum. Everyone's doing practice and games. It's the bare minimum. So whatever, let's say there's 10.
I like how it says bear, and he's saying it like beer, or he's also saying it like a bear.
He has whatever 4 practice week. We still have to hit outside that. I'm like, buddy, the games in practice are the bare minimum. Everyone's doing practice and games. It's the bare minimum. So whatever, let's say there's 10 million kids playing baseball. All of them are going to practice playing games. If you want to get to where the fuck you want to go, we're going to have to do way more than this.
Yeah.
You're not even remotely close.
Right.
This practice, we're talking about practice. All these idiots practice.
Yeah.
All these kids.
Yeah.
Oh, God almighty. This guy, man. This fucking guy. Honestly. He's literally the worst. And but I'm curious to see how it ends. I want to see where it goes. It's probably going to end in tears. I hope it doesn't, for the kid, for the sake of the kid. I'm not even sure what's going to happen to Boston. I feel like Brendan has to talk about Boston too much, the other kid, the middle child, because I feel like Boston might be the one that's a bit more artistically, creatively inclined, or maybe not that prone, drawn to sports. So he's not really pushing him too much because he doesn't really give a fuck. But he's putting a lot of his hopes and dreams in Tiger. He feels that Tiger's his meal ticket. That's probably why he quit stand-up, because he feels that the long game, he's got a plan in mind to make Tiger be a professional baseball player, so then it will give him back all the money that he lost on stand-up, you know? That's probably the game. That might be that might be the real reason he quit stand-up. You know, I said I think he quit stand-up because he couldn't be bothered to work hard. Like, everyone moved away, so he now had to do everything by himself. There was no like easy, there wasn't no plug and play scene anymore. He had to kind of, get himself going again and stand up all by himself without the help of his friends. Maybe the truth of it is, which is a little bit more sadder, he actually quit stand up because he was secretly hoping that his kid could become a professional baseball player. It's a while to think that, but that could be the thing. He could have actually legitimately quit stand up because he wants his kid to play for the Mets. Yikes, bro. And all that positive shit I was saying about, oh yeah, look, he quit stand up, and although it's super embarrassing because he quit it because he's shit and he's not selling tickets and no demand, the plus side is that he's obviously now taking an active part in his kids growing up and shit, upbringing. He's in his family's life, he's hanging out with his wife more. But it's really depressing when you think about the fact that he's doing that, but he's only doing that because he wants his kid to make it to play baseball, not because he actually loves his family. God almighty. Sorry for that depressing note, but hey, we have to talk about these things. Let's move on. Few things on the redact beast of a baseball dad. Few things on the redacted beast of a baseball dad. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. This is a post from somebody on the Reddit. Let's see this. Let's read it in total. Let's read it in totality. I think this is a clip from a film, right? So I'm not gonna play this because this might get me copyright struck, right? Oh no, it's not. Let's play the clip. Let's play the clip. I thought it was a clip from a film. Let's play the clip first. 6 years later, Big Al is still hitting dingers.
Hi, my name's Alfred D'Elia. At home they call me Big Al, and I hit dingers.
Hi, my name's Alfred D'Elia. At home they call me Big Al, and I hit dingers.
Wow. Oh, so this is in reply to that post earlier where Brendan said, "Oh, there's some fat kid on the team. If he gets some shots off you, then you're nobody or something." And I was thinking to myself, hold on, that's not true. Like, I've played sports and I've known of fat kids who are really good. Like in football, like they can't run maybe, but they've got sick technique. They can shoot really good. Like, it's just weird to think that just because you're fat, you can't be somewhat athletic or have some sort of skill in a set sport. Like, it's really, especially a sport like baseball. Like, surely if you're fat, they'll just make you hit. They won't let you go on the field and catch or whatever. That's entirely possible. I don't know why he's thinking. I don't know. Whatever. Let's continue the video. That's another dinger, I guess. A dinger. Big up Al.
They don't even call me that anymore. I'm not that big. Yeah, I got in the box. I was sitting one pitch. I got that pitch and I didn't miss it. So. Oh, that's the same kid. He was chubby when he was a child. That's pretty cool. I'm just sorry. Stupid idiot. I'm dense. Okay, Big Al is still called Big Al despite not being big anymore. That's sick. I love that. Excited.
Coach, the legend of Big Al. We saw that he still indeed does hit dingers.
Yeah, that was a big spot there. You know, getting us going. He was super excited running around those bases. But yeah, the legend continues, and hopefully he can hit some more as the season goes on.
I don't know. That looks fun to me. Why does Brendan's telling of his kid playing sports or baseball sound way more like tense and nerve-wracking than that? That looks fun. They look like they're having a blast. When Brendan's talking about his, it's like do or die. Every game that kid plays is do or die. I don't think Brendan's kid's having fun. I don't think so. I don't know about you, but I don't think he's having fun. Big up the person that posted this. First, Big Al's disagrees heavier kids can't play ball. They hit dingers. Second, kids at 9 tend to lose baby fat by puberty, especially if they play sports. I think, yeah, big up Josie. I think I saw you say that earlier. Big up Josie. You said exactly the same thing. Kids at 9 tend to lose baby fat by puberty, especially if they play sports. 3. Look how positive this coach is and still realizes they need to have fun at a competitive level. Exactly. Tiger is gonna end up hating baseball. With any other sport, Braindead tries to coach him in. My dad coached me in baseball and football, and I hated playing after a while. So much so that I ended up quitting those sports in high school. I got into jiu-jitsu and boxing because my dad had no idea about those sports. Wow. That's so true. I never thought about it that way. Kids quitting the sport their parents are pushing them into and picking entirely different ones that their parents have no understanding or concept of just so they can leave them alone. They still get to play sports, but they not have any input in what they do. Fuck. What a way to rebel, man. Fucking hell. All because of toxicity and your helicopter parents and being too over. Oh, that's so sad, man. I go into jiu-jitsu sports because my dad couldn't press these coaches like other sports. I love my dad as my dad, but hated him as a coach. Wow. That's Tiger, basically. Probably adores his daddy. Probably looks up to him. He probably idolizes him, but coach-wise is like, fuck, you know, mate. Reddit says personally, yeah, cool. Wow. Man, this is definitely going to end up tapping to him, isn't it? You know it. Hi, my name's Crystalia. At home, they call me the pedo, and I ding mine. At home they call me the pedo and I ding minors. Is fucking crazy.
Powerful bunch.
Your big up as Odysseys.
BAPA imagining MLB scouts watching 9-year-olds in La Jolla, California mess up a pitch and write them off for any chance to go pro. What
Exactly. You put it perfectly. Exactly. You put it perfectly. Writing off a 9-year-old is fucking insane, man. But Brendan's more likely to write off his own 9-year-old than a coach's. A coach will probably give you time to still develop and shit and get your bearings, whereas Brendan will write you off. And you're his fucking son. Big up the person. BAPA's baseball dad phase might be the most unlikable arc. That's, you know what? That might be true. You know? Because it involves children, innit? The other stuff was just damaging himself. Because if you're being really sympathetic to this, you're going to be like, you know what? This isn't funny, Agosino. This involves a child. A child is being like basically abused here in a way. Not to use, you know, triggering language. But to some people, this could be really fucked up, you know? Because the kid's involved. The drunk era, all of this, whatever he was doing, that was all affecting him only. But the baseball dad thing is like showing him at his worst, most toxic, because it involves children. He's talking really badly about other children, like calling him the fat kid. He's talking very badly about other parents. He's basically talking badly about his own child. It's not the most likable version of Brendan, is it? Baseball dad might be the most unlikable arc yet. As much as he portrays himself as above LA, he's nothing more than a Botox stage mom. Isn't that right? He has a lot in common with those stage moms, though, isn't it, Brendan? He has a lot more in common with the stage mom.
Powerful bunch.
You'll be on good vibes.
He also isn't teaching the kid to be a good teammate and have good conduct.
Bingo. Exactly. Big up Young on Vibes. Exactly. He has mentioned the fact that he's ripping Tiger from his friends. Has he mentioned the fact that he's ripping Tiger from his friends, family, and his team to hang out with Rogan and Austin? That's the thing that I said that was kind of really bad. In a way, it's not so bad, I guess, because the kids are 10 and maybe the Boston's like maybe 5 and the baby is the baby. So maybe this is the time. If you're gonna move, this is probably a good time to move, because you can, even though you're losing some friends, you're gonna make a lot of friends that you're probably gonna have until you're an adult and shit, right? Around the like high school age. So maybe this is the perfect time to move. But at its genesis, it's still a bit fucked up because, you know, they've made a life over there in LA. Yes, his kid goes to an overpriced private school. I'm sure Brendan doesn't like the politics around it, but that kid's made an entire life there, especially sports wise, right? He's probably, you know, met a bunch of more people around sports and shit, and you're pulling him away from that to go to Austin just to hang out with Rogan. You're not even doing it for your own career because he's not doing stand-up anymore. So you're doing it just so you can be closer to Rogan. It's a little bit diabolical, isn't it? It's a little bit diabolical, to be honest. There's no other reason. Yes, you can say he's saving money, but when you're a parent, you know, you kind of look after your kid's best interests, and that you could always move to Austin later. You could always wait for his kids to like graduate high school or go to college and then decide to move to Austin when the kids move away. You don't need to move right now, you know? You still own the house in there. If you own the house in there, you can still sell it any time. It's not going to depreciate in value that much. So yeah, it's a bit of a shitty thing that he's doing, to be fair. And who knows, maybe the kid is acting out in part because of that, you know? You never know. Never ever in the history of professional baseball has there been a large fat guy that could knock it out of the park. It literally has never happened. Exactly. I love that sarcasm. Management's face when the Cats talked about 750 characters. BAPA knows nothing about baseball. The next phase of baseball, Tiger, is interesting in Texas. Yeah, everyone's saying the same thing. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, thoughts and prayers go out to Tiger Schaub, mate. Thoughts and prayers go out to Tiger Schaub because his dad is not making it fun. SANAZ rebroadcasts a Nazi podcast and the boys have to react. What? Really? She played a Nazi podcast? No, she didn't. Let's see. What the fuck was this? What happened here?
Let me see what this dum-dum is saying now.
Holding my ground as far as I can.
You know, we talk a lot about Jewish supremacy on this program. Jeez. You're an innocent man. But over the past few days, this disgusting Jew has internationally destroyed your reputation. He's threatened you. He's threatened your family. He's had your scholarship, the Temple University, revoked. Would you call that Jewish supremacy?
This guy's a complete Nazi.
To an extent, yes.
Yeah,
I believe
the host is anti-Semitic.
The truth is, they get more support than they get hate. That's actually what's going on now on the
I don't know
internet.
that. I don't know about that.
Oh man, when you start saying things about Jews or you start saying things about anything that's racist, you have a lot.
What happened, Brendan? I thought you were right wing. What happened, Brendan? I thought you were right wing. I thought you were right wing. I thought you were MAGA, man. Come on. I thought you wanted to say dicey shit. I thought cancel culture doesn't exist anymore. Go on, co-sign that message, brother. Are you scared? A lot
of people who are like, I'm with you, bro.
You have a lot more who are against it.
I don't know. No, but let me get an example.
Overall, if you were to tweet out something racist on your account, you're not going to get more support than you are.
I love it. Please support the fucking anti-Semite, please. So I can see them lose Magic Mind as a sponsor. Please. Let's suddenly Magic Mind disappears from the tables. No more Magic Mind, no more rain. I love it. I would love it if that was a case.
Powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up SANAZ. Big up you. Appreciate you.
2 free speech warriors in their national habitat.
Exactly. Scared. Look at them. Look at looking at the screen. Scared, wary, apprehensive, panicking. Love it. Big up SANAZ.
Both of them are dumb. Yeah,
well, that guy's evil. That guy, that's Stu Peters.
Also, go ahead and do your F the blacks, F the Mexicans, put up F the whites, F the Muslims. Let me know how it goes for you. It's not a Jewish thing. You do that to any of those races, you're fucked, dude. Also, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. What'd you think with and maybe saying you want to fish with Hitler and he wasn't such a bad guy is probably the worst shit said, but there's been some this isn't new, guys. There's been some horrible shit said.
Mr. Both Sides Brendan, isn't it? He's just too dumb to have these opinions. He wants to be Republican, he wants to be right wing so bad, but he's just too dumb to be a contrarian. He's just too dumb to be an extremist. He's just too dumb to really have any kind of nuanced, interesting opinion on it that could maybe cause controversy, cause debate, anything. He's just too dumb. So when he does say stuff, he just ends up sounding incredibly racist, incredibly bigoted. And that is something that he doesn't want to sound like, you know? He wants to have nuance. He wants to add context. You know what I mean? But it just doesn't work, man. It's not in your wheelhouse, bro. It's not in your, some things just stay out of it. Some things you don't have to comment on everything. I'm a big believer in that. You shouldn't just comment on everything for the sake of it. You shouldn't comment on everything for the sake of it, especially if you don't really truly believe in anything, or you don't believe strongly in you know, on either way. Just leave it alone. It's not for you. And he just doesn't have it. He doesn't have the minerals for it. Doesn't have the brain capacity, the bandwidth, the RAM, the fucking hard drive space. Zero.
From all the years in fighting, and he's never really mentioned it. The reason he mentioned it this time, you know, the UFC is owned by a Jewish man, so it's good for business. They're not. They basically, if you don't think Dana has a boss,
that smells like anti-Semitism. I'm not gonna lie, that smells like anti-Semitism right there.
He does. He does. The UFC thought about cutting him to this magnitude. They've never done it before. They've never thought about cutting a guy over words. But when you bring up Jews, now you got their attention.
I don't even know what he's saying there. I don't even know what he's trying to say there. I don't even know where he's going. But he said a lot of words without saying anything. But yeah, big up SANAZ. Big up SANAZ for making them watch that entire clip and playing that entire clip on their pod. It's fucking hilarious, bro. Hopefully they lose Magic Mind as a sponsor. That'd be fucking hilarious off the back of what SANAZ did, with no malice intended. Not a drawl B. Let's see this one. Not a drawl B.
You know Bilal's not a big draw.
How do you say draw? Could you ask that? Look at his face. Look at his face. No one in this stream chat has ever said anything incorrectly with this level of assuredness and conviction in their face. Most of us, when we fuck up a word, we know it. It eats away at us. We make a little face. We might grimace. We might cringe outwardly. But Brendan has no capacity to do so. No capacity to be embarrassed, put off, to be concerned, worried. Zero about what he says and how he says it if it's wrong. He just keeps going. He just goes. And I wonder if that's part of his success. Most of us have an inability to let a mispronunciation, whatever, a grammatical error, we have an ability to just carry on. we have to just pause and reflect. Like, oh, sorry about that. Let me go back to that. And he says drawl instead of saying draw, and he doesn't miss a beat. He just continues steamrolling through. It's pretty impressive.
He's just not. I love the guy. I think he's going to win Saturday. He's just not a big draw. So what you do, the rest of the card are all big draws, or at least really good matchups you want to see. Not this bullshit.
How can you have 2 degrees? How can English be your native language and you speak like this? Draw. And no one pulls you up on it. No one shames, because in regular society, in a regular friendship group, especially amongst men, you would get shamed into pronouncing things correctly. You would get shamed into it. You'd get bullied into it. Draw, and everyone just keep pissing on you. You know what I mean? Like, everyone just keep pronouncing everything with L's around you just to kind of keep getting on your nerves. And eventually you'll kind of fix up, and via the power of bullying, which can sometimes be good, you will change your ways. But in this respect, he doesn't. He's still saying draw all these years later. Milk. Pronouncing milk with an E. Like, huh? Interesting. But hey, maybe that's why he's so successful. Continuing on, Brendan lets a fat kid get off on him. Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, that's that guy from the UFC, isn't it? Yeah. Big country, right?
I went to the mound the other day. There's a big fat kid there, slow. I went, buddy, if this kid gets a hit off you, we're not pitching anymore. That's where I'm at. I go, if this slow fat kid gets a hit off you, this isn't for you.
That's a little bit.
What? Mean? It's sports. Tighten the fuck up. That's why I'm his dad. That's why he's an outlier, you know? That is, you got to be ruthless.
Yeah.
If he's a big, chunky, slow kid and he gets a hit off you,
in other words,
we got work to do.
If he's big, chunky kid, his bat speed's going to be a little slower, so let's
everything's
throw
slow
it down the pipe.
Oh, light is, and also from the silence, go, light his ass up. And then T just looks at me.
You'll say that from the.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not very fatherly.
I'd take a. I'm not fatherly?
No, I mean with other kids.
Excuse me, sir.
No.
Oh, I forgot about that. He's not very fatherly. Brendan probably told him if I remember the episode. Oh, that's where the saying "beast of a dad" came from. That's where the saying "beast of a dad" came from. I remember. I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's not very fatherly.
I'd take a. I'm not fatherly.
No, I mean with other kids.
Excuse me, sir.
No, you're very fatherly. But
great dad, beast of a dad.
Great dad, beast of a dad. He's not very fatherly. No. I don't mean with your kids. I mean with other kids. That's still bad. Like, why would you not think I'm fatherly with other kids? Like, what? And it's true, because before this, like, oh, I quit stand up to be with my kids, Brendan would regularly be on the road, and he would almost be bragging about missing birthdays. He'd missed, like, his wife had a miscarriage. He wasn't there. He was in a hot tub with all his other comedy friends, having a blast on social. I don't even think he even offered to go back to be with her. He just kind of, just stayed where he was at, making money and having a good time and shit. But yeah, he was not present at all. But I guess he's a person of extremes. He's either all out doing his own thing, or he's all in being a baseball dad and admonishing everybody else that doesn't do the same thing he does. He's an extremes type of person, I guess, in that regard. But oh, that was brilliant. That was really fucking good. Continuing on, BAPPA loves True Blood.
Well, Adam Sandler's the best.
I can't believe that was 19.
Fucking hell, the volume. I'm sorry about the volume. There. That nearly blew my earphones out. God almighty. Chin with the fucking levels, bro.
Well,
Adam Sandler's the best.
I can't believe that was 1992.
I know.
God.
I can. That was so long ago,
I
bro.
had that poster as a kid.
I know, but I feel it feels. Wow.
The Dracula poster?
Well, Dracula's one of the one books that's like public domain. That's why they make so many movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody owns it.
Boy, there hasn't been a good Dracula movie besides Adam Sandler and Hotel Transylvania.
Wow, I just loved that dude.
You know what? As I look at this, I go, yeah. All these were like, eh. You know what I mean?
There's nothing popping. No one watched True Blood, though?
You like that show. I didn't see it.
Obsessed. Oh, bro.
I like.
Of course, Brendan's obsessed with True Blood. His taste in TV and all media is so bad. His taste in media and all TV is so fucking bad, isn't it? God almighty, man. He's got such basic bitch fucking taste. God almighty. Anyway, whatever. Let's move on. Let's do a little bit of Golden Hour. Then we're going to do a little bit of Johnny Somali. Then we're going to do a little bit of DSP, I think. And then we're going to continue on. So let's do Golden Hour episode number 131. Thank you for tuning in, people. Let's smash it through. Like the stream if you're enjoying it. Subscribe to the channel if you can. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31-day stream. There's a join button link down below, I think in the description. If you want to join and become a member, you can gift memberships, all that good shit. Let's fucking go.
Smoking your dad.
He took liberties, but he was trying to.
And he spreads the cheeks.
He took liberties. And that way, and the other guy should be like, hey, just blow the smoke.
We're friends that laugh. We're friends that shout. Sometimes we don't know what we're talking about, but that won't stop us. Nothing can stop us. Ooh, yeah. 'Cause I can show you use the love. Just rebrand it enough. It's stronger, better, bigger power, 'cause it is the golden hour. It's the golden hour.
Denver won last night.
Hell yeah. The real MVP, Jokic.
Yeah, he might
Don't have
still
nowhere
win.
near the players. I ain't gonna
It's
give
close.
it to him.
I know. I was listening to Sports Talk. There's a lot of.
He has to be like so undeniable.
No.
It's
There's
like
a lot of
little-
people that are already voting for him. The MVP voters are already voting for him.
They should have waited till after this series. Let's see head to head. Let's see
Wouldn't
what's
that
up
make more
in the
sense?
playoffs.
That would make
Let's see
more
what's
sense.
up. They should wait. The MVP should be after everything.
I agree.
Fuck regular season.
Yeah, who cares? about
Most
the regular
important
season?
is
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah,
Playoffs.
yeah. Or have a playoff MVP. Well, they do, but it should be. Yeah, it's like your Finals MVP. Yeah. The MVP should be
of everything.
Yeah, but the thing is what if your team loses, but you clearly had the better regular season? Like, you know what I mean? So I get why they have regular.
But but you can't be that good if your team's not in the playoffs.
It should go to the first round, exactly. They should wait till after the first round, and then they vote.
Yeah. Like Jokic last night, 40 points,
And
20
22
rebounds.
22 rebounds.
Come on, bro.
Unbelievable.
Come on, bro. Come on now.
I got to check this out.
He's selling no shoes.
I got this.
No sneaker deal.
So I got to tell you a story about Matt. So we're on the road, you know. So one of the guys on the road with him is going through some personal stuff. You know what I mean?
What kind of personal stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, it's his business, right?
Someone's going through some personal stuff. What kind of personal stuff? It's personal stuff, bro. Why are you asking someone that kind of question on the show? Fucking Brendan does that thing where I think he mistakes being inquisitive and asking questions as a way of showing he's interested, or he's like sounding smart, you know, or taking an interest in something. Sometimes you don't need to ask the question. You don't need to ask for more details. Someone's going through some stuff. Oh, okay, that's sad to hear. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, whatever. Just let them say the story. You don't need to ask for specifics. Oh, what are they going through? You don't need to ask that. It's none of your business, you piece of shit. Yeah.
But anyways, the thing is, so Matt bought his crew Rolexes.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I mean? But he's telling me this.
Submariners?
And there's also Matt in it, right? I think he's talking about Matt. I'm thinking he's talking about Matt Rife. So that's a fairly popular person, right? Fairly popular, right? So surely that should be none of your business as well. Like, he's not going to tell you that because that will be all over the fucking blogs and the news sites in fucking minutes, seconds. Oh, what kind of personal stuff? Like, fuck off.
Telling me that I don't know. Like, I don't even know nothing about that.
Does it look basic? A little bit?
Dude, I wouldn't even know what basic watch looked like.
That's like The Rock giving his body double F-150.
No, I think it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Matt's telling me how the guy, he's going through some stuff. And so
Brendan taking the piss out of his... Look, hear this, huh? Brendan taking the piss out of The Rock, allegedly for giving his security guard or all his team an F-150. Brendan has even bought Chin a car. And Chin is maybe the most important person at TFATK, maybe second only to Brendan. Chin's probably the most important person at Thick Boy at large. More so than Brendan even. If they lose Chin, they're fucked. They have to hire probably 3 people to do Chin's job. Because Chin does a lot of stuff because he has no life. And he just loves working for them and stuff, right? So they probably have to hire 3 people to cover what Chin does. Chin is super important. Brendan took a long time to give him a PC. Took a long time to give him a fucking new MacBook Pro. He took a long. He's never paid for his fucking medical fees when it comes to the neck injury that he got, that Brendan caused from cranking his neck that time. They were fucking around. He's not offered to buy Chin a car, even though he's got 17 cars, or he's had more than 100 since the time that he started TFATK to now. And Chin's been driving a fucking Prius, so he's not offered to buy him one as a thank you gift, 0. But here he is taking the piss out of The Rock because he's wealthy, I guess, for buying his security guard at 4 for 50. I'd rather The Rock bought his, something that someone can use like that than him not doing anything for anybody apart from himself. God almighty, Brendan.
So he sold the watch, okay?
Oh, you're out.
Okay, well, listen. But Matt's telling me the story. So while he's in... I can see the recognition in his mind. He's like, oh, shit, I didn't buy Eric a Rolex. So I have to... In the middle of him, he goes, so I bought my guy. It was all the people that went on the tour from the beginning. He was like saying this. He's like,
Hold on. I'm not going to lie. This is pretty brutal. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Eric Griffin help to make Matt Rife special? Wasn't he like a director or a producer? He got credits on that, right? Matt Rife comedy special. I swear he got credits on that. I swear he did. Let's see. Matt Rife comedy special, Wikipedia. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get up on here. But I'm pretty sure Eric Griffin was involved in that. Filmography, stand up. That other one, Lucid crowd work. I think it's that one, right? Netflix. Let's see if that comes up on IMDb. Who did it? Who directed this? Okay, there you go. IMDb. Let's see. Is Eric Griffin listed on the credits? Because if he didn't get him a Rolex and he got everybody else on the team, that's fucking wild. Let's see. We got Eric Griffin's never been considered in it. He's never in anyone's mind. He's always fucking overlooked. Yeah, there he is. See, director Eric Griffin. Matt Rife's first Netflix comedy special was directed by Eric Griffin. He's on the fucking IMDb credits. He's there in full in full 4K HD. That's his name right there, brother. And he didn't get a fucking Rolex. He didn't even think about him until he told him the story. Ouch. 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 That's when you know people don't fuck with you that deeply. Fucking hell. That's gotta hurt.
Like from the beginning of the tour,
yours is coming.
It's like it was like all the guys that have been here the whole time, and I'm going like this, I said, yeah, because what I'm hearing right now is the reasons why I didn't get a Rolex.
This motherfucker got one and sold it.
It just was
for the new fucking Nintendo Switch.
It was just so funny, like just seeing the recognition.
It wasn't funny though. It wasn't funny. He's not happy. Eric Griffin's a miserable, complainy, whiny type of guy. So that was not funny. He didn't find that funny at all. He probably gave Rachel a fucking biblical tongue lashing. He probably ranted to, he probably cried and screamed at it to Rachel all night, all day, I'm sure. There's no way he took that well. There's no way he took that well. There's no way he took that well. Wow, Matt Rife, man. Big up Colin in the stream chat. To be fair to Rife, Eric is the type to bitch to complain when he gets expensive gift. That's a good point, to be fair. If Eric did get the Rolex, he complained it's too tight. He complained he don't like the color, it's too heavy. He complained about something for sure. It makes his wrist too sweaty. Big up Josie, that's just shitty as fuck, exactly. People do say Eric is horrible to work with, so maybe that's why. But that's brutal though. Let's be fair. You guys in stream chat know I'm not the biggest fan of Eric Griffin. But let's be fair. He directed this special, and if you like the special, some people I've heard have liked it. I haven't watched it myself. I probably should for the Patreon. I probably will end up doing it actually. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But let's be fair. He directed the special. If anybody
powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up SANAZ.
I'd give Rachel a tongue lashing as well. Give her some coney asa.
Big up SANAZ. Okay, good to know, champ. Big up good to know, champ. Good to fucking know. Let's just play. Let's just press play. I got nothing to say after that. Big up SANAZ. That's fucking brilliant.
He's like, oh, I didn't give him one.
Not that I even.
bro.
I don't know nothing about. I wouldn't even.
You wouldn't rock it?
No, because I would. I wouldn't
nothing.
appreciate it. This is an Apple Watch, which I barely even like to wear.
But you wear it all the time.
Big up. How hard is it to direct a special though? Hit record on the camera guy leaving. So I don't. Be up quite like you. Okay. Point. But I don't mean in terms of effort. I just mean in terms of like he contributed to some part of Matt Rife's success. He contributed the good year he had, because I'm sure that Rolex was a way for him to thank his team for helping him become as successful or popular as he has been in the last however long it's been since he blew up, right? That's like a recognition of everyone's part that they've played in helping him get to where he's get to. It's a nice little gesture. I think a lot of celebrities and performers do it, but it's a nice way to kind of commemorate, hey, we've reached this milestone, we've reached this point, here's a Rolex, maybe it's got some sort of engraving on it, you know what I mean? It's less about hard work, it's more about the role that you played. You played a role in the way there. So, yes, directing a special doesn't probably seem as hard as, you know, maybe directing a movie or something, but you still played a role, you know? He's still integral. He was like in the credits of your special, the first one you had on Netflix. It's like, director. It's not even like he's a production. It's not even like he's like an executive producer. He's a director. So he was there for all the filmings, all the tapings, you know, all the rehearsals, and it's like he doesn't get a Rolex. That says more about Eric than it does about Matt. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you, Cole. I think that says more about Eric than it says about Matt, but still. Yo, big up Nikki HSG. I want to be AZ's girlfriend, but he's playing hard to get. I'm not playing hard to get. I'm just hard to play. Does that make sense? Am I playing hard to get? I'm hard to play. Does that make sense? I don't know. Big up Nikki HSG. Appreciate you, my love. Big up Two Swords. Big up Joe from IA. Big up Koila. I'll concede he got paid more for being above the line than the credit. That's residuals. Rachel is a stylist. Be young on vibes. Imagine you got Rachel to on the credits as well. Rachel's a graphic designer. Rachel art director. Honestly, big up Red Bar, man. Big up Red Bar. That insult still doesn't make any sense, but the fact that Eric crashed out over Red Bar saying his wife works at Target as an art director, visual merchandiser, which is true. It's so dumb, isn't it? It's just peak internet, man. It's peak trolling. That was so good. That was such a good troll. Doesn't mean like I don't know why he crashed out, but he did. You know, maybe the insecurities were screaming.
Not all the time.
You wouldn't wear a fucking Rollie if you got it?
No, because
you earned that shit.
I know, but it was.
I see you on Instagram working your ass off in the marinas.
But I don't know.
Being his counselor and shit.
You have to understand what that even means. Like if you have a Rolex and you know
it's like
Rolex people know because they'll be like, oh man,
you
nice
getting a
watch.
Rolex is like Chris getting a Porsche 911 Turbo. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he has.
Yeah,
I have to tell him.
That's a good example. A car thing.
Yeah.
You know, when somebody would be like, dude, what?
When he pulled up.
So Eric is trying to say, the cope Eric's trying to do now is that he doesn't know much about watches. That's why he doesn't care that he didn't get one. Because he won't be able to appreciate it. Come on, bro. It's the gesture. It's not really the thing. It's the gesture. It's the fact that you were included. Because if you get included, that means you've been thought of. You've been thought of highly. And you're now part of this story. You know, it's been commemorated in the watch that you got. And it's a Rolex. If somebody gave fucking Eric Griffin's fat ass a Ferrari, he'd be appreciative of it as well. You might not appreciate it as a proper car guy would, but it still would mean something because it's a fucking Ferrari. Fuck off, man. It's a good cope, don't get me wrong, because you have to make yourself feel better because this is kind of a big oversight from Matt Rife, but not really. I feel like there's no such thing as an oversight. I feel like Matt Rife didn't consider Eric Griffin for the Rolex because Eric Griffin's fucking annoying. They put up with him because he works well, probably. You know, he's good at what he does, most likely. But they didn't consider him for the Rolex because he's fucking annoying. So I'm sure it wasn't by mistake. I'm sure Eric was specifically left out because he's annoying. Which is really sad, to be fair. I'm not gonna, as much as I would love to take a lot of pleasure in this, I kind of feel bad for Eric Griffin because he must have been miserable that day. You know what I mean? Big up Chris Mack in the stream chat. Well on Chris Mack. Well on my G.
And I'm like, what are you doing in this? He's like, it's a Porsche. I'm like, no, it's just not any Porsche.
Big up Josh Says as well in the stream chat. I think you're at the beginning, innit? You just started. Brendan's kids are outlier at Lolo, bro. read that one book and can't stop mentioning it. Yeah, true. Oh yeah, Outliers. That's why you guys are mentioning in the stream chat. Yeah, true. Maybe he did read Outliers. 'Cause that's the book that's always available in fucking airports and random places, isn't it? A lot of that stuff has been debunked. I heard, isn't it? I've not really done the research on it, but I've heard a lot of people say that a lot of the findings in what you call Outlier have been debunked. Pick up Josh says he's an outlier, dude. Your kid is 9. Yeah, exactly. Malcolm Gladwell. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's been debunked. Yeah, that's it. Malcolm Gladwell.
Dude, paint a sample green? What the fuck?
But the thing is like when somebody owns a car like that, I bet that you could have a conversation with somebody and be like, oh man, how many cylinders are like?
Oh, bro, within
you would know all the
30
things.
seconds.
You would know all the things, and then that person would be like, oh man, then you could spark up a 30-minute conversation talking about all the ins and outs of this car. That's a person that should have that car.
But a watch is like a trophy.
But a watch is the same kind of thing, though. I know watch people. No. They'll be like, dude, is that a blah, 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 you know? And oh yeah, man, I go, blah, and they start talking. I would never.
I look at watches like trophies, a little different than cars, especially a Rollie that you've earned, and Matt got it for you. That'd be dope.
Exactly.
I understand.
Matt, give it to me.
But I still wouldn't know. I still wouldn't. I wouldn't appreciate it.
You wouldn't appreciate it.
I wouldn't appreciate it.
That's like Callan.
I just wouldn't appreciate it because I'm just not a watch guy.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
But
that's gotta hurt, man. That's gotta hurt, bro. His name is in the credits. He's the director of this special. In Netflix's first ever crowd work special, Matt Wright gets up close and personal with unpredictable Charlotte audience to riff on all things dreams. Matt Rife, star, Eric Griffin, director, Eric Griffin, director, Eric Griffin. No Rolex for him though.
But I appreciate when people are into that kind of stuff.
It's
fascinating.
People come up to me, and talk trucks, especially at Tigers games and stuff. They talk about cars, and I drove my yellow TRX. This guy goes, "How much horsepower?" And usually that's like, "Oh, God."
Yeah, you're out. Yeah.
and then
basic ass question.
Yeah. Then he's like, "That's a 6.2 liter, right?" And I was like, "It is." He's like, "Yeah, I have one of those." And he started going through all his shit and his build. I'm like, "Oh, you know cars? Ah, my bad, man. I was a dick earlier." I was like, "People ask me stupid shit all the time." Yeah, he's
Powerful
dope.
bunch.
Badass.
Well, that's
yeah, big up
I wouldn't appreciate 15K cash either. I never use cash. I'm a card guy. Wouldn't know what to do with it.
Exactly. What a great analogy. Exactly. Big up for SANAZ. That was so fucking good. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But again, you still needed to get past the second layer.
Yeah.
So you could be like, okay, we can have this conversation.
Nice and early.
Did we start it?
Yeah,
we started, man.
All right.
A little late, huh?
Yeah, a little late, man. You know
why?
I guess they start because they can't go over time, innit, right? I guess they start because they do exactly an hour and that's it. They don't do any more time than what they needed because they clock in and clock out. I guess that's why they have to start like this.
Late. Well, Billy's was thrown up. So
we were at the doctor this morning with
oh, really?
Yeah, just a regular 15-month appointment.
Yeah, he's all right. He's just threw up a little bit.
He's chill.
Yeah. So, now we're doing a podcast and everything's fine,
We went to Benny Hanna's for Joanna's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
It's not like she wanted fucking Mr. Chow's or something.
Sure, yeah.
She wanted P.F. Chang's with the kids.
Okay.
Billy fucking hated it.
Oh, really? Interesting. I wonder if he's had a conversation with the wifey about chilling out with the finances. I wonder if they've had some sort of conversation. Because I don't think P.F. Chang's would be her style, Mrs. fucking Balenciaga and Hermes and Birkins, you know what I mean? Because she didn't post it on social, did she? Think about that, bro. Think about that. I don't think she posted that on social media. I don't think she posted the P.F. Chang's bill on social. So I think she's very intentional with her social media posts. When it's something fancy, she'll post it on social. When it's something like P.F. Chang's, that's not going on the social media feed. That might go on her stories, but it's not going on her feed. She's not putting that shit on her feed. I didn't see it on her feed, did I? I didn't see it. Let's check anyway. Let's double check. But I don't remember seeing her post anything about her birthday on the feed at P.F. Chang's. I could be mistaken. Let's see. I wonder if she keeps that stuff private because she doesn't want to appear poor. Can't be seen at P.F. Chang's. Let's see. Her naked. There's the mum, right? The grandmother. Dude, I would tear down. Let's see. Any P.F. Chang's post here? No P.F. Chang's. No PF Chang's. This kid can't have any Brendan. Like, not to be offensive, but what Brendan genes are in there? What Brendan genes are in there? No PF Chang's. Any PF Chang's here? No PF Chang's. See what I mean about the PF Chang's? You see what I mean about the PF Chang's? I think she keeps that shit off of the socials.
Why?
You know when they do like the onions with the flames and go, whose birthday? Your birthday. Dude, freak the
How
fuck
old is
out.
she now?
She turned 1 in November.
Wow.
But the
Speaking
Benihana's
of
guy didn't know
November,
what
I got
to
a
do.
bunch of dates coming up here.
Oh, the worst, dude.
Crystalia.com. Holy
Christ.
Christ,
Yeah, that
I'll be in
shit.
Hamilton, Ontario. What, dude? But yeah, no, seriously, I'll be in Winnipeg and Regina. It's coming up soon here in Atlanta and Savannah. Crystalia.com.
Don't go there, huh?
Regina's, I do good. I
Where's
like
it at?
It's in Canada.
What part?
Oh, I don't know.
There you go.
Really? What did Malcolm? Big up MK. Big up. What did Malcolm Gladwell say about Joe Rogan? I wonder. What did he say about him? What is he talking about? The COVID stuff, Trump stuff. What did he say?
Saskatchewan. Crystalia.com. I'll be there. But that's great, though. Your daughter's going to turn 1. That's beautiful.
No, she's already
We finally
won,
got
bro.
this gift. Chris finally.
Can't wait till she turns 1.
No, she turned 1 November.
Well, next November she'll be 2.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Anybody else fuck with Benihana's in here?
I don't really. I know what it's. I know what it is.
You know whose dad started it?
No.
And it was a whole like money laundering scheme. Aoki's dad, the DJ.
Really?
Aoki has one in his back.
What? Is this true? Aoki's dad started Benihana as a money laundering scheme, or he just started the business? What's the money laundering? Why do you have to add lies and sprinkles? Why can't it just be a story of Steve Aoki's dad or one of his siblings or whatever, family member, started Benihana, but why does it have to be a money laundering scheme? Is it because they're Asian? If they're white, it'll be a straight up business, innit? But because they're Asian, it has to be money laundering. What? Is that just a lie? Is that meant to be a joke? Is that an exaggeration? Like, why is he adding that detail? What's the point of that?
Backyard. Talk about a flex. Anybody want Benihana's? How dope would that be in your backyard?
But what do you,
bro?
What do you mean in his backyard though? Like
His dad started it, and
well,
then
I
when
get
he
that.
then he got a house, he put a fucking the Benihana's grill that you do all the fucking the flip shrimp in your hat
Well,
and
that's
shit.
not really having a Benihana's in the backyard.
Well, you wouldn't want the whole staff and shit.
Well, that's
there.
what I'm saying, but that's what that would
Valet
mean.
parking?
Yeah, your Benihana's would be like, there's a guy just back there
Go
waiting.
wake Greg up.
They're just waiting.
So
That's rich guy stuff.
bro,
so it
different
was.
level.
You said it was a money laundering thing.
Yeah, his dad started as a money.
So is he in jail?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole
Aoki's
dark, there's a whole
cool.
dark story there.
I love Aoki.
Remember Aoki used to smash cakes in people's face?
Yeah.
And they smashed in the wrong Karen's face, and she went, "I'm suing." So he stopped doing it.
Oh, he's the one that would throw cakes at
Yeah.
people in the crowd.
She just ruined the party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
white
man.
girls. White girls, bro.
No, but it's like
I know.
It's
Yeah,
like the
trust
people that's if you're suing Red Bull because you don't have wings, then you're like, oh, you mess up the whole funny campaign. It's all done now.
She was probably like this too.
Right here. Lawsuit.
There's some great videos of that. Like sometimes they really get a good one. There's like girl on the guy's shoulders and she's like, yeah, and they slow mo it and the cake just
Hey, you know you don't
Just
see much
wasting a
anymore
good-ass
is girls
cake.
showing their tits on their boyfriend's shoulders at
Oh
concerts.
yeah, you don't really.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Well,
What you mean flashing? It happens all the time. When's the last time these guys ever been to a concert? When's the last time these guys watch concert footage? Happens all the time. It happens in fucking nightclubs. What the fuck's this guy talking about? It happens every single night in a nightclub. There's somebody flashing. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Maybe you haven't seen it because you don't go to these places and you don't seek out that kind of content, but it's out there, brother.
Maybe it's just because it's so you could look up tits anywhere.
No,
at
but
any
I want to
time.
see it at like a
Oh, I
fucking
see. This is
Metallica
just
concert.
And also, no one's going to show it on YouTube. No one's going to show it on a streaming platform because it's against TOS. It's obvious. But it happens everywhere. Like, honestly.
It's a cake.
You got a
That's all
kink.
I see.
Nowadays, not having a top on is like seen as having too much clothes on. You know, it's not even that big of a deal.
It's also a long ways to go.
Dude, he was getting good at it though.
Holy shit!
Boom! He was getting good at it.
See, people
You know what?
love
You
it.
had to understand it was only a matter of time till.
Of course, we're watching Steve Aoki clips. What next? Tiesto. What next? Skrillex. What next? Fucking Dead Mouse, of course, the most baitest. Now they're in my world. I'm getting angry.
Someone sued him for that. You know,
Yeah.
he rocketed a fucking whole cake at somebody's face.
Dude, is he Otani? Look at that fucking.
Yeah, no, he was
throw.
getting good at it.
Christ.
Jesus
Peyton Manning
Christ.
over here with the.
Big up MK. Sorry, big up MK in the stream chat about the Rogan thing, right? Basically, he calls out Joe, doesn't question his allies like RFK and Elon. Okay, cool. I'll listen to that later. Is that it's latest episode, right? I might listen to it and clip it and put it for a reaction. Big up MK. You're a fucking legend for that. I appreciate you, brother.
Cake, huh?
But that dude's super nice.
I wonder how
love
that
dude.
started. Did he just have a cake one day and he just?
I bet they gave it to his birthday. He's like, and he's probably conscious of his diet. Was like, I don't want this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Boom! The crowd was like, yeah.
He's probably like,
fuck it.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know. A lot of
But that's how it went.
a lot of chemicals
drugs,
in
too.
that.
A lot of drugs.
People bring so much stuff.
Wait a minute. There's a dickhead.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, just that made millions for him, bro.
Maybe somebody was like, "Throw it at me."
Yeah, maybe.
You know, people bring gifts.
You ever seen
and
how
stuff.
much?
You get a lot of gifts at the shows. Does people bring you gifts?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes I get like beautiful written letters that are so sweet that touch me.
You ever got a suicide note?
Oh yeah. Well, like not a suicide note, but saying like you took me out of some dark times. That
I got a suicide note.
What-
And I talked to a therapist. I was like, do I need to do something? He's like, anybody committing suicide ain't writing a letter
Right, that's
to
true.
you
Yeah.
about it. I was like, all right, that makes me feel
I
better.
mean, I've got a ton of stuff online I like that, but not in person.
Yeah.
Suicide.
Somebody probably committed that watching Brendan Schaub's special. Somebody definitely came close to unaliving himself watching all of his specials. Maybe just one. Maybe 1 minute of one. That's for sure. But press X to doubt on that ever happening, by the way. Press X to doubt on that ever happening.
I don't like when people bring food.
Yeah.
Oh, I
same.
do.
No.
Oh, I eat all
I
of
don't know
it.
what.
I don't know
these
you.
people. I don't know you.
I know. Don't bring
I don't know
food.
what you're putting in this cookie.
I know. I agree. I have maybe once.
That's something a fat person says to appear like they're skinny. I don't even eat everything. Like most of my I take all my calories mostly from like drinks and shit. I didn't even finish it. I can't even finish a whole burger. You know, so it's those unprovoked things that fat people say as a cope. I know because I've been fat like that before, and you just say these type of things out of nowhere just to kind of make yourself feel good. But no one's believing that when you go to an Eric Griffin show and a fan hands him a pack of chips, a bag of fucking gummies or something. No one's sitting here believing that he won't open that shit on the way home. He won't devour that shit in the airport waiting for his fucking gate to open or something. No one's fucking believing that Eric Griffin's going to take that bag and immediately chuck it in the bin at fucking 2 a.m. in the morning after all these shows are done. Some fan comes up to him and all the shops are closed and he's tired. He wants to go back to the hotel room and somebody brings him a bag of chips. Is he going to fucking throw that in the bin? No one believes you, Eric. Come on, bro.
If it's like there was a lady once that was like, I own a bakery, and like she gave me her card and obviously
Okay, but even still, but you're like, okay.
I looked it up and I'm like,
yeah, right. But when it's
professional.
just some random chick is like, hey, I baked you some cookies.
But dude, I have
This could be
crazy.
period
People
blood.
always brought me beef
You know what I
jerky.
mean?
Beef jerky and weed. I don't even smoke weed. Never been a weed.
By the way, I don't believe that at all. Big up Young Old Vibe. It's weird his daughter has blue eyes, but I can be picturing IVF. Gotta love the babies. So you would say, everyone in the stream chat, you would say that baby probably looks similar to them, but just the eyes are kind of it's a bit of a throws it off a bit. Not to be, I know it's a baby, it's a little bit, it's a bit weird to do this shit, but for the sake of the stream, just to kind of get off what we're saying, would you guys say this kid looks like Brendan and Slojo, but it's just the eyes that kind of throw it off a bit? Is that what you say? It's just the eyes. It's not the whole face and the hair and the complexion. It's just the eyes, yeah? Because that baby looks white. All the other kids look like mixed, like how Brendan looks, but they look this baby looks very Caucasian. Tiger and Boston look very mixed. They look like, their mum. Because I think Slojo, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Slojo actually like half Italian, half Mexican? She's not even fully
powerful
Mexican, right?
bunch.
Big up SODER.
That baby looked like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Don't you guys think? If I remember correctly, I think she got that tattoo on her ribs, in it, or somewhere down her lower half. I'm pretty sure Slojo is actually half Italian, half Mexican, which could explain why she looks the way she does. She doesn't really look like fully, The brother maybe looks more Mexican than her, but she definitely looks like she's, maybe got a little bit sprinkling of Caucasian in her. So I think that might be it. Big up Jack the Woods. Yes, I was thinking the same thing. She might have she's got a bit of the droopy, Brendan cheeks, isn't it? But I don't know. It's sad, beautiful baby anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Mummy's got blue eyes. Mummy doesn't. Mummy has dark eyes. Mama has dark eyes. Baby blue eyes. Cool. Let's continue.
Guy.
Yeah.
They offer me drugs and beef jerky.
Well,
I like the jerky.
I get offered.
Look like a drugs beef jerky.
I get offered weed a lot.
Blame Rogan.
I know, but they just, especially, I think it's because of workaholics.
Yeah.
Especially at the height of it, people, I go to think, oh, you want me? Because they want to smoke out Montez. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't want.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So basically, Eric Griffin's character in that show is way cooler than what he is in real life. Essentially, it seems that people like Montez, the character that Eric Griffin played in that show. I never watched it, but I know Workaholics, but because I'm black, I guess. But I guess people like Montez, the character, so much that they like Eric Griffin, but they don't realize that Eric Griffin is nothing like the character. He's nothing like the character whatsoever. He's actually miserable and not fun and not cool and not funny, I love it.
Yeah.
You guys want beef jerky right now?
What?
You guys want beef
What
jerky
kind
right
of jerky
now?
is
What is
it?
it?
It's an Asian style one. It's
You made
really
it?
good.
You made it?
You made it?
Here we go.
No,
It's an Asian style beef jerky. Of course, Chin's gonna give them the beef jerky. It's been a bottom of his bag the whole day. Beef jerky takes with him to the gym. The beef jerky he takes with him to camp. You know what I mean? It's been in that bag for a long time. Let's see.
You didn't make it. I don't want it.
Let me see the bag.
Okay, sure, I made it.
What's the bag look like? Is it all weird? Has koi fish on it and shit?
Yeah, bro.
It'd be funny.
Yeah.
It's
very
pat.
So unnecessarily racist, isn't it? It's all weird. It's got koi fish on it.
I'll just try a little piece of it.
I'll try a little piece of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
bring it
I'll try a
here.
little piece of it.
I haven't
It was
eaten
in
yet.
some loose bag, like it's just in a Ziploc.
Didn't Bren say hard pass to be funny? And then because Chris agreed to eat it, now he's eating it. Brennan said hard pass because it came out of the bag looking funny and looking all crinkled up. Then as soon as Chris said, no, I'll have some. Now Brennan wants to have some. Chin should have told him to fuck off.
Not even. It's just like a baggie.
You'll notice the tenderness.
Oh.
All right, take it
Guy
easy.
works for
Take
him.
it easy.
You'll notice
Yeah.
the tenderness. Here, give it to me. I'll eat it.
Did they say if you get this on the podcast, we'll send
Is
you?
it spicy as shit, Chin?
It looks spicy. It's not spicy.
Well, how does it look spicy?
It does look
Look
spicy.
at it. It looks
I know
like- it
exactly
looks
what
Take it out,
red.
eat it, so I can have it. For fuck's sake.
Can I get in and get some?
Get to
It
it.
is taking him a while.
Get a fucking guy.
You know what? Go fuck yourself.
Eat it up.
This is tender.
All right.
Oh,
How
boy.
is it? The taste.
Hook,
You know
line,
what
and
this tastes
sinker.
like? This tastes like pho.
Like what? Like it's so.
Yeah.
A little bit
It sure does
easy.
look spicy, huh?
What do we say?
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
It tastes like pho. It
It's
tastes
A little
like
different. The
It
taste
tastes
is a
like this
little
was
different, but
dipped in the faux soup,
awesome.
and then they made it into jerky.
Dude, Donnie is.
That's beautiful.
He's a smelling. He's a like it.
That is just beautiful.
Valco boy.
That is beautiful. Wow. What a beautiful taste.
That shit is tender.
Nice. Let's chew into the mic. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Great part of the pod, by the way.
That shit is tender.
Yeah.
Tastes like cherry blossoms.
Yeah, big up MK. Notice BAPPA doesn't say what Chris likes I like because that would make him a PDF. Exactly. Yeah, big up Asada Zoos. That's brilliant.
My mouth though, huh?
Can I get a water though?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll get some water after that. It is spicy.
I mean,
No, it's
Yeah, a little bit.
Slightly.
Yeah. No, it is. Just wait. Just wait.
For white people, it's spicy, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm saying you wouldn't say that that's not spicy.
I would say it's not spicy.
No. Brendan, if you gave that to somebody's mother-in-law and they were like, "Is this spicy?"
I'd say no.
You want some?
Well, okay, you're a bad guy then.
going on,
He
Nick?
wants it. He wants it.
Oh wow, Nick! I've never seen Nick. This kind of scared me.
Yeah.
Nick being this close. All right.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Why
that's not good.
Is that by choice or?
They did a challenge, a weight loss challenge.
Are you kidding me?
I lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks.
Oh my God. With who were you in the thing with?
Casey, he lost 2.
Well, that's like
Well, now he's
40%
like,
of his weight.
yeah, now he's like 46 pounds now, right?
Casey lost 2 pounds. I saw Casey starving himself yesterday at Sharky's. He got fucking
You see those
boiled
nice shoes? You see those
fucking
nice shoes I sent
salmon.
us in the group chat?
Those make me sad.
Eric, do me a favor, never send me.
Yeah, don't send that
fucking
shit.
Casey was trying, but then he was going golfing and he was shooting really well. And when he shoots in the
Get some
70s, then he drinks and he celebrates.
He
He shot
you know
a
what?
74 though.
You don't want it bad enough.
I love how Casey hasn't said shit this whole time. Just like, yeah.
Damn, Nick went full sauna, put on a tracksuit and shit.
You look good.
Full Bo Nickel, Doug.
I needed it. That was my highest ever. I was 215 pounds.
Yeah, let's cut back, huh?
Well, you're tall though.
Yeah,
Shame about the face, isn't it? Shame about the face, though. Shame about it. I wonder if like teeth would get him fixed up, or maybe just a haircut, because guys need that sometimes, isn't it? Maybe even though the face is what it is when it comes to Nick, maybe a haircut, like a nice little trim, maybe a nice little fade or something. Maybe switch up the beard, do something with the beard would make him look a little bit better, or just some nice fucking Miami, Colombia, Puerto Rico teeth, just some big chompers. I mean, just like protruding. You know when he closes his mouth, because you know when people get fake teeth, they're so big you can see them protruding underneath their lips. They're so fucking big. I wonder if that might help him. I wonder if that might help kind of fix him up a little bit, you know. But it's harder because he's probably gonna get married soon. And that's the thing with guys. He's gonna get married soon, and his lady is not. You know, his lady is a good looking girl, so he's probably gonna be settled and happy and chill and take his foot off the pedal and not really try to make himself look appealing. I don't know, man. I think when you're in a relationship, even if you know what I mean, even if you manage to fucking, you know, tackle down the fucking baddie, you still have to keep yourself looking trim. You know what I mean? Big up Playboy Carti. You still got to look after yourself. You still got to put some effort in. You can't just let yourself go. You got to still be in the game. You feel me? Just keep everybody on their toes. Yourself, her, you know what I mean? Everyone. But I don't know, man. It is what it is.
200.
Don't matter.
I'm comfortable at.
Yeah, I same. I'm uncomfortable just at under 200.
Under 2?
That's where I'm most
And you're like 6'3"?
You're comfortable?
You're 6'3"?
6'2", 3, yeah.
You're 6'3".
Eric, the only thing under 200 in Eric's household is probably his wife and child. I mean, no one else is under him. I mean, he doesn't know. Eric's probably never been under 200 his entire life. I have once, at least, I can say. Eric has never been under 200 probably his entire life.
Yeah.
But when I'm 210, I feel it, you know. I walk around. I walk like a ball player, though. So
to be fair, that's true. Eric, Two Swords is actually right. If Eric actually lost weight, he'd actually be the most good-looking person in that room. If Eric actually lost weight and actually got himself looking trim and in shape, he'd actually be the best-looking person in that room. Weirdly enough, even with that stinky personality and, you know, dour demeanor and, you know, whatever else and negativity he has and hating all the time, he would really, really be the good-looking person. Well, I'm not sure if that means the room is a bit all over the place, but I think so. I think so.
It's incredible.
What kind of ball player?
Yeah, what kind of ball player? I'm curious too.
Like baseball or
bowling?
Baseball. Like I walk like a guy. I walk like a ball player.
Cricket?
No, dude. I walk like a guy who, you know, I got it together. And also, that beef jerky was gorgeous.
I do wish I had more.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Yeah, you have other flavors, Chin?
My friends got. I'll get some more.
A nice, interesting floral hint of floral.
That's what I said.
And you know what?
Cherry blossom.
And I wouldn't think I would like that, but it had a beautiful kind of like hint of floral, kind of
earthy.
This Food
Earthy.
Network show,
Earthy.
I would not want to watch.
I know. That's all. I thought that was good.
I don't know if I would say it was earthy, but it had
More
hints of
floral.
No, it had hints of
Cherry
This isn't a wine
yeah,
tasting.
It could be cherry blossom. You know what I
It was
wish
a
I
cherry
did before
blossom
I
with
did
a
it?
sweetness.
You sniffed it. I wish I sniffed it first so I could get the nose in there and really have it speak to my nose. But after that,
see the smell test, it smelled like a fart.
well, that might have been Eric, but
There's bits of
No,
fart.
that's everything Korean comes with.
yeah.
If it's Korean,
not
it got a
Korean.
little fart in it.
What is it?
Well, my Vietnamese friends got it for me, but I think it's Chinese. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it.
That's all. It's pretty confusing.
I
there,
don't like
huh?
it. Then.
Yeah.
It's communist.
Yeah,
jerky.
you got y'all aren't supposed to be working together like that.
It cost $6,000.
Yeah,
yeah.
the tariffs. It's very expensive, so you guys are lucky to try.
Chin
it.
very
hit.
cool.
Chin hit that in his ass.
Oh, that's
to get
the
here.
tariffs.
I went to the barbecue place the other day, like to grills and shit, because we're gonna maybe get a new one. We have an old one that was it's like we need to maybe replace.
Would you go Home
parts.
Depot?
No, I family owned place. It was cool. It was a cool
Oh,
spot.
sick.
Yeah, it's a cool spot in Thousand Oaks. And the guy was super helpful, super nice. But he was like, he's like, you could get the parts, but if you just buy a new one, it won't be that much more expensive. and it wasn't. So I said, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, which ones are good?" And he said, "This one," and he's like, "And you should buy it because the prices are going up soon because of the tariffs." And I was just like, "Oh yeah." No, he said the prices are going up. I said, "Just because everything's going up," and he said, "Yeah, it'll be probably like $600 more." That's crazy.
That means they're making the grills in China.
And that also means he's trying to get you to buy today.
I know. Then I think every place you go, they're going to say that now.
Well, to be fair, to Chris's point, though, car sales are up 20% across the board because once the tariffs hit, all that Chinese shit's can go.
Hashtag comedy, hashtag great time, hashtag wow, this is amazing. Tariff talk. That's what you really need to hear, right? Tariff talk from Eric Griffin, Brendan Schaub, and Chris Leo. In case you were confused, in case you were misinformed, in case you were waiting for the latest updates, they're going to let you know.
Through the roof.
Well, but some are made in China, yeah. Some of the grills are, yeah.
Yeah, don't buy that shit. Yeah. Let's take a little break, Chris.
No, let's get forward. We don't want to hear this anymore. Let's get forward, please. No more ads. Go away. Go away. Go away.
Let me tell you.
Go away. Go away.
I don't know why the fuck you.
Hell yeah.
There are.
Anyway, you know why? Whilst we're here and Eric's got this confused look on his face, I want to remind you to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, take part in the stream chat, and leave a comment. Let's switch over to Johnny Somali for now. Yes, little break. I know some of the energy is waning. Everyone's feeling a little bit drowsy because the fucking golden hour was a bit boring. So let's mix up a little bit, okay? Bit of Johnny Somali talk. We got 15 minutes of shame. New Johnny Somali clip just dropped. Johnny Somali commits new deepfake crime. It's just getting deeper and deeper, weirder, and fucking fucked up for him, innit? So latest update from Johnny Somali is that he is now facing 31 years in prison in Korea for the mounting charges that he has now against him, from harassment to deepfaking, whatever else he's got going on. At the latest count, according to Legal Mindset, Johnny Somali is facing up to 31 years. Who knows if he'll get that, but it's looking like he'll do some serious time in prison in Korea. And if not, but for a miracle, it looks like he's going to be spending considerable time there. He's already still there now. His passport's been taken away from him. He's awaiting trial. No, he's on trial right now at the moment, awaiting sentencing. And allegedly the Korean courts move very slow, so there's been delays in his court proceedings. I think they're going to resume very soon, but it's looking like he's definitely going to spend some time in prison. It's already been long enough because he's awaiting conclusion of his trial, but now he's looking at 31, and on top of this, he's committing more crimes. This guy, in a weird way, I kind of like him because he really doesn't give a fuck. Like, you would have think there was be a moment where you'd have a little bit of like, you know, contrition, and you'd be a little bit aware of what he's done and try and seek forgiveness and whatever, but he's not remorseful. He doesn't seem to be taking a step back. He's doing more things to get under people's nerves, to get under people's skin, to piss them off, and he's also, I guess, committing more crimes, or they're discovering more crimes he's committed. Either way, he's not keeping his head down. So in a weird way, you kind of got to rate it. You kind of rate that he's going out with a blaze of glory. He really does not give a fuck. Maybe the come to Jesus moment, the realization of what he's done, will come when he's in prison, which will be a little bit too late. But he doesn't really seem like he gives a fuck. Let's play the video anyway.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about. Johnny Somali commissioned one of his booty goons to make another deepfake crime against Dalgoon. On top of that, he's having a little bit of an identity crisis in Discord. You might even call it a mental health crisis. And also we have Jack Doherty, who got completely humiliated in a new diss track. Without further ado, let's start with the deepfake. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with it by now that Dalgoon was sentenced and he had to pay $7,000 USD. Now, a lot of members of the community, including myself, started sharing his PayPal, and then Donut Operator came in clutch and gave him the $4,000 that was missing to...
By the way, Dalgoon is the guy that is the former Korean Navy SEALs, I think, or Army guy, who punched up Johnny Somali really badly. A lot of people took a lot of sacrifice now, that I did, myself included. He really fucking rocked Johnny Somali, knocked him to the ground, kicked him about a couple of times. He got convicted of that by the Korean courts or whatever, and he had to pay a fine, and obviously people online decided to rally around and pay the fine for him, which is fucking sick. Big up Dalgoon though.
pay the entire fine. Now, this whole time, Johnny Somali was extremely happy that Dalgoon had to pay a fine and was using it to flex. Now, he lost that flexing power when the fine was immediately paid by the community and donut operator. So now he's trying to get back at him in another way. But he knows that he cannot directly post these deepfakes because he would get more charges. So what he's doing is that he's using one of his booty goons to post it on his party channel. What you're watching here is his party channel. In the side chat, there is a moderator, and that
look at his face, man. Like, it's just his face. I think he's made for this. Like, this is his role. He's made to be a troll. He's made to be a nuisance streamer. Because look at his face. Have you ever seen a more punchable face in your life? Like, him and Jack Doherty have this face where they're meant to be agitators. They're meant to get under your skin. That's what the role they play in society, the role they play in the world. He's got such a fucking annoying face that you can tell just from the way he smiles, the way he looks, his eyes, everything about him, that he's just gonna drive you nuts. You know? Maybe that's part of that's maybe the role he plays in society. That's what he's meant to do. So maybe he won't actually need to. There's no lesson to be learned because he knows what he's here for. You know? I don't know. It's getting late.
Person is dropping links. Now, if you copy that link and bring it to YouTube, what you're going to see is a deepfake of Johnny Somali and Yu Dalgoon kissing, which obviously has not happened. So Ramsey thinks he's being smart right now by either using a sock account or using one of his booty goons to post these deepfakes, but he could still be held responsible because keep in mind, this is on his party channel. He is the only one that can moderate that comment section. He could remove it if he wants to. And if he is indeed the one posting it under a sock account, it would be so simple for the Korean government to just subpoena that account and figure out exactly where that IP is coming from. So he thinks he's being smart right now, but he's not that smart. Now, on top of being an idiot, he's also extremely unstable. Yesterday, he had a little bit of a meltdown in Discord, and he said, "I'm going to take it to trial," implying that he's going to show up to court this Friday and plead not guilty and actually want to fight it in court, which would be incredibly stupid considering that he posted the evidence of his crimes online and that his lawyer...
I don't know about that. If it'd be stupid, you know, I don't know if it's gonna do anything different to his fucking sentencing. I don't know. I don't know if it's stupid. You know, I don't know. Is that how? I don't know. I've never been to court in that way. Is that how court works? If you decide to plead not guilty, but it's obvious that you did it, will the judge then increase your sentence? Do you have to play that into? You have to play that. I guess it makes sense, doesn't it? I guess if you do, plead guilty, you're admitting some level of guilt in what you did or what you've been accused of, so that maybe the judge could have some leniency. But I think it's gotten so bad right now with Johnny Somali. The crimes are so egregious that it really wouldn't matter how he pleads. It's either he gets found guilty or not. It really doesn't matter, really, because the crimes are there. You know what I mean? The outrage is already at fever pitch. The dislike is at another level. So it's not going to make any difference, I'd imagine.
Lawyer is out of his league completely. His lawyer is not an expert when it comes to criminal law, so he is completely...
Now two swords, never been to court. Never been to court ever. Never given... I got called to do jury duty, but I'm black, we don't snitch, so I declined and didn't turn up. But I've never been to court, never given evidence, never done any of that shit. Obviously, if you want to talk to the, you know, whatever, do what you need to do, but unfortunately, you know...
screwed. Now, if he delays it and refuses to plead guilty and pleads not guilty and he wants to fight in court, that's just going to drag this thing on even longer. So if he wants to go that route, he can, but he will not benefit from it. So this guy is so unstable that he actually deleted his message. People were challenging him, saying there's no way you're going to plead not guilty. You would have to be crazy. And he said, wallahi, watch. Now, in the next segment, he has a little bit of a religious crisis. On one hand, he claims to be Muslim, and on the other hand, he claims to be Jewish. He said that in the Sunni tradition, it was narrated that Muhammad said the last hour would not come unless the Muslims will fight against the Jews, and the Muslims would kill them until the Jews would hide themselves behind a stone or a tree, and a stone or a tree would say Muslim or the servant of Allah. There is...
Is it Muslim or Muslim? We say Muslim in the UK. Is it Muslim or is it Muslim? It feels like it should be Muslim, not Muslim. Muz. It should be Muslim, no?
Jew behind me, come and kill him. But the tree Karak would not say, for it is the tree of the Jews. Then people started asking him, when are you going live? When are you going to provide content? And he said, Allah got me. Don't need live.
Oh, it's pronounced, people are saying it's pronounced Muslim. Muslim. So how I said it, right? Muslim, not Muslim. Cool.
So he doesn't need to go live anymore.
I'm right, I did everything correct. Pick up DSP, fuck DSP.
More because he has found God. The very next day, he's not Muslim anymore. Now he's a changed Jewish N-word. He says he's been studying the Torah. So yeah, he's having definitely some type of mental health breakdown where he's...
Yeah, Koila, I think that's racist, but I love it still. It's pronounced Aloha Snack Bar. It's pronounced Aloha Snack Bar. That's brilliant.
Switching from religions back and forth. Clearly the pressure has been getting to him, and if he wants to plead not guilty, he better get used to the pressure because it will only delay the process. Now, there are still a whole lot more to cover regarding Jack Doherty, other nuisance streamers. But first, I want to show you this clip that resurfaced of Johnny Somali. Now, this isn't new or anything, but it truly showcases what kind of friend Johnny Somali is. He's actually willing to throw a friend under the bus and get him arrested to get heat off himself. Take a look at this.
I'm saying, why don't you handle real criminals? I'm YouTuber helping somebody who say, can I have food?
I'm not gonna lie. Another thing as well I don't like. I'm not gonna lie, and I think it's more offensive because he's an immigrant, foreigner, whatever himself. I hate the way he speaks to Asian people when he goes to this country. I hate how he speaks in this like broken, almost condescending, like tone, like cadence. You know, like he's taking a piss, like as if they're dumb just because they don't understand English. Or they don't understand the way he speaks English. He does this like simplified version. Like I don't know. It kind of gets on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie. That's the thing that gets on my nerves. Even more so than the harassing of people. It's the way he speaks to some of these Korean people, wherever he is in Asia, in this broken English, in this way that he's trying to speak to them like they're babies or something. Like they're slow. Like they're like what? If anything, you're in their country. Why can't you? Why don't you know some of the words? Why don't you know some of their language so you can maybe properly communicate with these people in their native tongue? Why are you going over there and then weirdly trying to mock them because they're not speaking English the way you're like? Ugh, I don't know. It just annoys me when he speaks to people, man.
I'm helping somebody who said they wanted some food. And why is Gino sitting right there zesty, bro? Gino is so zesty. Look at this guy. Look, this one, criminal. Look how he's sitting. Look how he's sitting right there. Look how this guy's sitting. This guy's a criminal. He's a criminal. Yeah, get him. Get him, officer.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know how freaky it must be in a country like this where generally people are like very to themselves, very quiet, and you got this loud American just screaming. Plus he's black, right? So it adds to the level of volume, right? You know us, right? We can speak. We got some gobs on us, right? We got some mouths on us. We got some neck on us. You get what I mean? We got some fucking esophaguses on us. You get me? We've got some fucking. We got some fucking pipes on us, you get me? Yeah? We got some of them pipes, you get me? We got tongue on us, we got fucking lips on us, so we can yap. So this guy's out here yapping at some high decibel and just disturbing everyone's peace. Oy, oy, oy.
Officer, get that nigga! Get that nigga! Get that nigga! Get that nigga!
With friends like that, you don't need enemies. He was more than happy to snitch on Gino.
To be fair, that was quite funny. They switching us out, that was a little bit funny.
Just to get the heat off him. What a piece of shit. Now, I do want to talk about Jack Doherty, but before, I want to thank Atozi for shouting me out in his video. That was so fantastic. Atozi used one of my clips yesterday, and being the
come on, relax.
GOAT that he is, he properly credited the source, which is fantastic. When you have a big content creator like that looks out for the little guy by shouting them out when they use their content, it shows that they have integrity. So thank you so much, Atozi. Now let's move on to Jack Doherty. So if you've been watching the channel thoroughly, you know very well that Jack Doherty was robbed last week. It was 2 chains with a value.
What do you think, by the way? People in the street chat, what do you think? Do you think this Jack Doherty chain snatching incident was a fake? I don't think it was. I think the fact that he moved on so quickly and hasn't really been talking about it too much, I think he actually did get his chains jacked. That's why he's not trying to use it as content as much. He's trying to just pretend it didn't happen. I think if Jack Doherty did it as a prank, he would have definitely be leaning into a bit more, doing a lot more like my chain got snatched content, around it. I think he definitely got his chain snatched. It's just odd he hasn't fired his security because it feels like his security set him up, But what do I know?
Value of $300,000. Now, there was a lot of speculation that it could be insurance fraud, and I highly believe that it might be.
Yeah, but so this LA bro, he got that took. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. Like in particular parts of LA, like jackers go around basically looking for marks, checking watches, chains, and shit. It's a standard thing that happens around it.
The case, but there's also the possibility it is real thugs that just stole his chains. Now, what's hilarious is that there is a diss track that came out from a rapper I never heard of before, and he's basically saying, Jack Doherty, come get your chain back, come get your chain back. This song is absolutely hilarious. Here's a brief snippet.
Get your chain back, come on and get your chain back.
It's actually a chain. That's actually a chain, right?
Your chain back, come on and get your chain back. Get your chain back, come on and get your chain back. Get your chain back, come on and get your chain back. Jack Doherty, come on and get your chain back.
It's weird he hasn't busted down or sold it yet. It must mean that chain's not worth much, isn't it? It's weird that he's still got the chain now on him and he's flexing it for the video, or maybe it's a surprise he hasn't tried to sell it or bust it or melt it down or something. Maybe it's just not worth that much. But that looks like somebody that got their chain snatched. You can't fake that. He's not that good enough of an actor. That looks like the face of a rattled guy that just got him. When somebody's, smushes you around, takes your shit, emasculates you. That's the kind of look he's got in his face. Fear, confusion, dishevelment, That looks like someone that definitely got his chain shit.
Blah, original chain snatcher. I want it, I take that. If you got your shit took, I'ma be the one to call Big Z. I need everything, yeah, I need it all. Step.
Yeah, Coiler, I've heard the smart ones with money don't wear their shit in public no more, just consume shit they wear. Yeah, I don't know. If it was me, I'm not really a big jewelry guy anyway. I might like my old earrings here and there, but I'm not really the biggest jewelry chain guy. But if it was me and I had a gaudy rapper chain, I just wear them at like special events. You don't need to wear them every day around town, There'll be events that you're going to where they're going to be security, you're going to get in and out, you're going to get chauffeured in, you're going to go straight back to your hotel from the club or whatever. But I wouldn't just be walking around the streets just with a massive fucking chain on. And I also wouldn't wear a fake one so no one jacks it, because getting jacked for a fake chain is still getting jacked, That jacker doesn't know your chain is fake. They just want it because they want to catch a lick. So I wouldn't even bring that attention to myself. It's just not necessary. Wear them at like a special event. Wear them, or just have a rule of wearing it at a place where you're gonna get paid. I think the only confusion people had actually with the chain snatching, I've just seen it there. He's wearing a Richard Mille, isn't it? Right? That's a Richie Mille. So I guess the confusion with him getting his chain snatched is like, why would somebody leave a $250,000 watch on your wrist if they took your chain? Maybe the jackers didn't know what Richie Mille is, but I think most people know. I don't even know watches. I wear fucking Casio, right? I don't even know anything about luxury watches and expensive watches and shit. But I know what a Richie Mille is. And I could tell from the shape that's that watch. So it's strange that someone would take his chain but not take his watch, when likely the watch is probably more expensive or worth more than the watch. because I think that watch probably doesn't even have like proper diamonds in it and shit. So it's interesting. I don't know. Who knows? Or maybe the chain is easier to sell than the watch, because maybe the watch, maybe those type of watches, if you don't have papers for it and the box and shit and certificates and shit, it's hard to sell it. Maybe, I'd imagine, like those type of watches, because there's so many fakes on the market. Maybe certain people would only buy it if it's got the papers. But if it's been reported stolen, maybe it's harder to move it. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
I be stepping, don't need no weapon. Anyone who disrespected me, they learned a lesson.
Now, big up SANAZ. That's the best. That's the best reason. So easily and simply put, because a chain you can rip off the neck and run. An RM you have to take it off. Is okay, brilliant. That's it basically. A chain you can rip off the chest and run. The RM you literally have to you have to get somebody to unfucking whatever and then give it to you. Yeah, that's true. And there's most likely to be a little hesitancy there as well if you ask them to take it off. Even if you're like shouting and you're aggressive, there's still going to be more hesitancy and time than you just ripping off their neck. But I think in this one, he must have as well, innit? Ripped off his neck, because look, his t-shirt's all ripped off as well.
To be fair, that's not the chain they stole from Jack Doherty. I don't think that would be smart anyways, because it is still an active investigation. But I find it hilarious that rappers are just now using Jack Doherty for what he should be used for, which is a punching bag. You just diss him, roast him. He's basically the toilet of the internet. Now, I do want to show you another nuisance streamer. This guy is honestly such a scumbag that I believe he could be the next Johnny Somali. I've never seen such a crass piece of shit before, but take a look at this clip.
Hey, how you doing, girls? How are you? Well, listen, I have a real quick question for you, okay? What do you think of Black Lives Matter? What do you think of Black Lives Matter?
No, we're not interested.
Well, I mean, I am.
What a way to scare away the hoes, isn't it? What a way to scare away the hoes permanently. What a way to scare away the hoes permanently. What? What type of conversation is that?
So what are you gonna do
what type
about
of conversation task starter is that? Leave them alone, brother, man. Fuck you now.
Here's some tissues. Wipe your bum with it, huh? Wipe the shit.
They're trying their best so hard to continue and have their fun, and you're just spoiling the mood. Like, they're probably a little bit buzzed from the night out. They're taking some selfies, they're hanging out, chatting shit, drinking on the streets. I don't know, just doing what people do after a night out. And here comes this bozo just ruining the mood. Just leave them alone, bro. Like, if you're going to talk to people like this at this time, at least make it funny. At least make it fun. Most of the time, I'd say just avoid it. But if you're going to try and engage, like, at least make it worth their while, bro. Like, don't be doing stuff for your own amusement. At least try and make it fun for them as well. So they have an interesting story to tell when they go back to work on their way back home. Or in the group chat and shit. Here you are just like, what? Here's your tissue for your bum bum. Fucking weirdo.
Shit off your asshole with it, huh? Wipe the shit off your asshole with this paper I got for you, huh? You gonna poop yourself? Go wipe it off. Probably take it up the butt too.
So what you're watching right now is what you call in the business a category 5 incel. Clearly, his game is so bad, he came in with the worst pickup line about a topic they wanted nothing to do with, and now he's so butthurt that he got rejected that he's going to berate them. That is pathetic.
Here.
That's such a good example, bro. Category 5 incel is hilarious.
Go wipe your butt with that. Wipe your bum with it. Wipe your pussy too with it. It probably smells like piss too. Drunk bitch. Look at you. Drunk whore. Look at that. Wipe your bum with it. Wipe your pussy with it and eat it up. You're gonna wipe your poo-poo. Here's some toilet paper for your poo-poo. Wipe your asshole. Wipe your mom's butthole with it.
Still going.
You dumb bitch. Huh?
They did a good job of ignoring him, by the way. I'm assuming they're just recording as well to make sure, but they're doing a really good job of just completely ignoring him. I think they probably think he's no threat as well. They're perfectly fine, but they're doing a good job of just not even biting to him, because he's obviously trying to get some reaction or do something to them, and they're just not biting. They're doing a really good job. Well done, well done. Look at the stream chat. Look at the stream chat. Ha ha ha. They are not real. Ha ha ha. LOL. Dirty slags. Look at his stream chat, bro. His stream chat, like, stream chats are definitely a reflection of the streamer, isn't it? Look at his stream chat. They're encouraging all this shit. Wow.
Keep wiping it. Keep wipe your bum with it, huh? How much of the bum? How much of you want, dude?
LOL.
Huh? Wipe your bum.
Incel harassing her harmless women. Okay, one person here. Incel harassing harmless women. At least there's one person there with sense. LMFAO. LOL. They're loving it.
With it. You dumb whores, huh? Wipe your bum with it.
Ha ha ha. Dude, incel rage.
Honestly, the incel levels were off the chart with this one. Clearly, he never got laid and he really hates society for that. So he's going to take it out on these young ladies. Anyways, that's it for the video. Let me know what you think about all these situations. And don't forget to subscribe. We are so damn close to 70,000 subs.
Big up 15 minutes of shame. Appreciate him. Make sure you check him out. Actually, sub to him as well. Help him get to 70,000. Like that video. You know, check him out. That's his account there. You see where he's at. You see where he's at. Quickly, by the way, let's quickly check over to Academy. I've seen something here. I think there's an update regarding Tory Lanez. Academy, right? Is it Academics TV? The Academy, I think. Is it Academy? How do you spell it? Academy. Is that right? How do you spell it again? Oh, no, it's Academics TV. That one, yeah. There's an update regarding Tory Lanez from WAC 100. WAC 100, the voice of the streets, right? WAC 100, right? Has an update regarding Tory Lanez. It's not good. It's not good at all. After he got stabbed 14 times, allegedly he's in intensive care and shit. He's breathing by himself now, but both his lungs collapsed. He got stabbed in the head and all sorts of other parts and stuff. He said on his Instagram. And now WAC has an update. And allegedly it's not good. Where is it? 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 There, here, yeah. There it is. There's an update courtesy of WAC regarding him getting stabbed up. It's Academics TV.
Came out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so you know. This morning, brother, the next came out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so you know. No, that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down.
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had did he have a debt, a gambling debt or something?
Nah, nothing like that. Shit, we don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation, you know.
So it was just like some foul play. So it's gonna be up.
Yeah, it's for sure with some foul play.
Damn, cuz. Wasn't nobody right there with him when it happened? Wasn't nobody right there with him when it went down?
Yeah, I guess nobody.
So they're saying it's Mexicans. Saying it's Mexicans that allegedly got him. Interesting. Early rumors that they were saying that it was something to do with Kendrick, that Kendrick this, which I don't think is true. That was the early rumors on the timeline that I saw. But it could be anything, innit? Shit happens in prison, man. I mean, it's a whole different life he's got in there, so it could be anything. He could have disrespected the wrong person, debt, whatever. It could be anything. It could be legitimately anything. So, yeah. I'm assuming he's probably not bothered about who it is. He's probably more bothered about recovering. And obviously, he's more probably bothered about any reprisals or future attacks and shit. He's probably not bothered about identifying who the person is, exactly who did it, you'd imagine. But still, fucking wild, man. Fucking wild. Wild news. Yeah, last time I checked intensive care, breathing by himself now. But yeah, prayers and thoughts go out to fucking Tory Lanez, man. He's in a bad place right now. Bad place. Continuing on. DSP near to extinction banning of fans for asking him to stop begging and suffering anxiety entire stream. Big up DSP Tries It, Memology 101. One of the best DSP detractors out there.
I want you to understand something. This literally is a situation where I'm in dire financial straits, and if this stands where I'm going to be making half as less money on YouTube as I ever did before, starting now, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to have all my shit reclaimed. You know, credit card bills are going to go default. I'm probably...
By the way, I always say this, and I need to stress it again. DSP, Wings of Redemption, and Boogie are the ones that made me believe that karma isn't real. Karma doesn't exist. Because, especially DSP, in a just world, DSP would be out in the streets, shaking his tin can, shaking his cup. But in this reality that we live in, DSP somehow makes 100K a year, begging and pleading and manipulating and gaslighting and being a piece of shit to his audience, taking advantage of his clearly, you know, dented audience. And he makes over 100 grand a year doing this way. And he's done so for what? More than 15 years, I think. It's coming up to now. More than 15 years, definitely he's been making a very, very good living on the internet, despite being an irredeemable, reprehensible piece of shit. Like, he has no redeeming qualities. The only redeeming quality he probably has is the fact that he consistently streams 6 days a week, twice a day for the last 15 plus years. That's the only redeeming quality that he has. His level of consistency. But apart from that, even that, it's just, he puts that absolute slop on the internet, right? It's just content slop. None of it is like watchable. Like, you have to be a DSP to like DSP's content. Big up ALT and all those guys are saying that. Horrible person. He's the one that taught me that karma doesn't exist, because if karma existed, all the scams that he's ran over the years, all the scams, all the lies, all the everything, right? All the fucking fake marathons for bills and stuff, and then he's used the money to play WWE championships and all this sort of shit. All of that, he would definitely have had some payback for, but he hasn't. He hasn't been able to. You know what I mean? It's actually kind of impressive how long he's been able to scam on the internet. Crazy guy.
Are we gonna have to declare bankruptcy? I'm gonna lose everything. So no contributions to start off tonight. Zero. I got absolutely nothing. So I have nothing to shout out. But there is nothing, no contribution from any direction to begin tonight's stream. That's not a good sign. We are only 2 goals away from DSP Tries It. So we're right there. If we hit the goal tonight and then we hit a goal tomorrow, it's DSP Tries It on after tomorrow's first stream.
You know what's weird about this like begging thing that he does now, which I've noticed now? I think because that's why, like, as much as I enjoyed the Kino Casino arc, being a fervent, being a very dedicated and long-standing DSP detractor hater myself, I can never forgive or never be fully cool with Kino Casino, because they empowered this motherfucker with this whole like King's arc and King's tack and begging and shit, because of how they do their thing, right? Where they kind of scream and shout and ring the little triangle and whatever they do when they get when they get memberships, subs, and donations and shit, right? They have a little thing that they do, shtick, and he kind of copied that, but it's not funny. He's not doing it in a funny way. He's not trying to be silly. He's not almost taking a piss out of himself and being self-deprecating like Kino Casino are. He's being quite forthright and saying, give me money right now. And now he goes a step further, which is why I can't, let go of that fucking Kino Casino arc, because now he does this thing where like he go, give me a membership on Kick, give me a donation on Kick, give me a super, like he wants everything, like he wants one of everything. So it's not even enough that you give him whatever. He wants you to give him every option that's available for a donation he wants. And he wants that twice a day minimum. That's the thing. He wants that twice a day minimum. And there's some streams where he gets his target for 150 on the first stream in the morning, but then he still pushes for more. So it's not even like he lets up in the begging. Like, you think, okay, he got his target, he's going to let up with the begging. No, he doesn't take his foot off the pedal when it comes to begging. He keeps continuing to beg. And if he has one slow day, quote unquote, where he maybe gets $120, $100 only, not $150, it's automatically at panic stations. He calls for a meeting to kind of inquire as to why he didn't give him money. Like, he's such an awful person, man. Honestly, such a fucking awful person. He deserves everything. He deserves nothing. That's what he deserves, nothing.
Which would be superb if that happened. I would love to do that. So hopefully we can hit a goal tonight. Gamer Dad says he's going to send it over right now. He said $15 for 15 kills, and I got more than 15 kills. Will he do it, or is he full of baloney? We'll find out. Let's get some support, guys, please. Please. Anything. Appreciate it tonight. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, get the memberships, subs, get the subs or tips right now. Subs would be delightful. We had 0 subs earlier today on my first stream.
It would be absolutely great. It would be absolutely great to get some sub support tonight from Kick. But anything appreciated. So far, just X Shooter. Let's get some more. Come on.
So it's not enough that and I think this is for the trolls, by the way, and detractors. I think because he's got them on the mind. Like I think his trolls and his detractors are on his mind rent free. But it's not enough. So he wants everything. He wants you to give him any type of donation or contribution on any platform he's on twice a day. He also wants it to be from various people. He doesn't like it when he gets it from one person. If he hits his target of 150, but he gets 150 in donations or whatever from one person, he gets pissed off. He doesn't like that either. So he wants it to be from loads of people. He wants it to be a lot. He wants it to be all the time. And he wants it to be on every platform, in every way. And it's never enough. It never stops. He never ever lets up. It's always the same. He can make 10 grand today and tomorrow he's back begging. It never ends. It's constant. Pushing. But I don't really blame him in that respect, because his fans don't let up either. They keep giving him. So he hasn't been taught a lesson of like, you can't be entitled to anything. He's entitled to it because he gets it. He begs, he asks, he pleads, he gaslights, he manipulates and shit, and he gets it.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding. Get some more viewers. How many viewers do we have right now? Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, he is. He is a degenerate gambler, Joe. He is, Joe from my. He's a degenerate gambler. He gambles on that game, WWE Champions. He spends a lot of money on there. I think at the last count, I think somebody said in one of the documentaries, I forgot to figure it as well. I think he spent more on his WWE Champions than he does on his mortgage per month. I think he spends more on WWE Champions than he does on his mortgage. So a lot of that money goes to that, and obviously drinking a bunch as well. But yeah, he gambles a lot on that WWE Champions game.
Pathetic. Less than 200 on YouTube and a measly 74 on Kick. We could do better than that. Let's get it, but at least 1,000 viewers here tonight. Let's go. 1,000 viewers on each. I want 1,000 viewers on YouTube, 1,000 viewers on Kick right now. Let's do it. People want to cheer.
We got Andrew W. I didn't understand why DSP was so hated until he pulled his King Snake Hope and Twisted Rarity beyond script. That's the thing. I don't understand how people say that sort of stuff. Like, he's so easy to hate, but I guess you have to also. He's so boring to watch too. So you have to kind of get into watching him first to then find out why he's so hateable. But it's quite obvious to know why people hate him. The lying already is the biggest thing. Before the bank leads came out, the lying that he was broke and didn't have money and kept begging for money when he had loads of money was abhorrent. And obviously recklessly spending all of that shit and spending it on things that he said he wouldn't spend it on, or not taking care of bills and shit. All that stuff is it's horrendous. But I guess some people don't really care about lying that much. I guess lying, if you're a streamer and shit or content, it's not that big of a deal. But I think all of that sort of like money shit was horrible for me personally, especially the begging. Like, there's something, that begging online, like, I don't know. Maybe because you're doing it through a webcam or a camera, it's seen as less bad. But as a man, if there's nothing wrong with you legitimately and you are begging on camera for, like, have some self-respect, have some dignity, have some pride, man. Like, surely, like, it's never going to be okay to beg like that for money like this on the internet. It's never going to be okay. But he does it. And then he tries to act like he's some like that he's better than, I don't know. He's a very interesting species. I love it. And one part he's always poor, so he begs, so you have to give him money. But if you point out to him that he's poor, he gets really upset and says, "No, I'm not poor," and starts to flex on you. It's like, how can you flex when your entire living is made up on people's generosity? It's hard to flex when your living is entirely made on if people are willing enough to give you money. But then you're acting like you're this Billy Big Balls. It's like, I don't know if that makes any sense. But he's always the same. He's always the bully and the victim all at the same time.
They could cheer, but I don't want them to have like pressure. Oh, we didn't hit the goal tonight. We didn't hit the goal tonight. Plus, the other thing is, and just being honest, people are so fucking nosy up in my business and shit that if I had a goal every night, they'd say, "Oh, look, Phil made this much on this night, and this much on this night, and this much on this night. Now he says he needs money to help."
By the way, I don't understand this. This is an old clip, but this doesn't also make sense to me. I think, unfortunately, if you beg online openly and people help you, you have to be okay with understanding that now your finances are everybody's problem, everybody's, business. You can't beg online for money from people. They help you because they love you and they're fans of what you do and they want to support you and help you out. And then when they ask you about your finances, you then close down and get offended and act like it's not their business. No, it kind of is their business. They're paying for your mortgage. They're paying for your rent. They've allowed you to go on holiday. They've allowed you to buy a new controller or a video game. Whatever you've done, it's kind of their business if they ask you. You should just answer the question. You shouldn't be offended that they're getting into your business because you made them your business to get money from them. But then when you got it, you then start to act like it's not your business. It's not their business. No. It doesn't work that way, brother.
For taxes. Oh, Phil's a greedy motherfucker. How do you spend all this money? So I don't want to deal with that shit. Yes, of course, Copium, the $15 bounty guy lied. Of course he did. They all do. No,
I don't know. If I have to really analyze it, I don't think I even have the problem with the begging, really. It's just a sense of entitlement. Look at his fucking face as well. He's another one like Johnny Somali. There's some people on the internet I think have been created. They have this role they play in society where they're meant to be the fucking laughing stock. They're meant to be the fucking, the person you mock because of their faces. Just look at his face. Look at that hairline. This guy's meant to be a local. He's born to be a local. But I don't even think I have a problem with the begging. I'm not going to lie. I think the begging isn't even the issue. It's just him and the entitlement. Like the thinking of like, I deserve this. I'm entitled to this. Like you have to give, and it's relentless. It's like it never ends. He's never allowed to have a bad day, You're never allowed not to give him money on a day. He has to have it all at one point. It's like, bro, it doesn't work that way. If you want like guaranteed money all the time, every day, go get a job. Like you don't make content because you want money every day. You should be making it because it's fun and because you like just hanging out and like shooting the shit or shit. But with this guy, it's like, it's not that at all. There is no such thing as like, even when he says the phrase fan service, like it feels like an insult to him. Like every time he turns on his stream, you should be honored and you should thank him for his time by giving him loads of money. And it doesn't end. You have to just keep giving him money. It doesn't end. It's just a wild dude, bro. But again, it's his upbringing, probably, isn't it? But you have to blame a lot of this on his parents, probably.
No one ever does real bounties with me anymore. People used to love it. They would challenge me, and then I would try to play real hard and hit them, and then they would reward me. No one does it anymore.
I love the bug
so
eyes.
I play hard. I complete.
I love the bug eyes, by the way. That's when you know he's really panicking and he wants some money. When he starts doing this bug eye thing, that's when you know he's really anxious and he's fretting and he's really nervous inside because he's afraid of having a couple bad streams.
I play real hard and hit them, and then they would reward me. No one does it anymore. So I play hard.
That's when you know he's really panicking inside. He wants that money. He wants it real bad. He wants that money real fucking bad.
I complete every objective that people want, and then I get nothing for it because these people are scumbags,
Yeah, the dents do bring it. I think a lot of people. Somebody actually specified it on the big up Kiwi Farms. I think someone on Kiwi Farms was able to get the calendar up of when you get paid. I forgot what the term is. Is it SSL or SS something? There's a particular government welfare thing for people who are people who have disabled or whatever it may be. They get paid on a certain date, and I think somebody on Kiwi Farms lined up the days that he gets the most donations and the most subs and shit was around the same time those welfare checks, whatever, or deposits come through. So like, when people say he's supported by Dents, it's true. But if you remember, there was a time, this is deep DSP law, there was a time when DSP did like a phone-in section for his show. I'm not sure if that was for his birthday or something, but it was kind of depressing. He did like a phone-in thing, and a lot of his fans phoned in to like, I don't know, wish him happy birthday or speak to him and shit. And a lot of the people that came online on that phone, you could hear were definitely, unfortunately redacted and stuff and a little bit dented. So I think he's aware his fans are on that spectrum or in that realm. So it's even more disgusting that he kind of pushes and begs and does whatever he does to get that money out of them, because these are people who are vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? These people are the ones that should be looked after the most, not trying to get exploited. But I guess they also have a lot of, disposable income, and he's omnipresent, streams 6 days a week. So you can understand why they kind of get drawn to him as well, and why they feel an affinity to him, even though he's a piece of shit. You can see why, because he's always there, and he kind of is like them as well. He's a little bit like them in a way. Like dents attract dents, innit?
So it is what it is. That's why I don't even care about bounties. I don't even ask for them or nothing. There's no point. People never come through. Big Bane to the super chat.
Big up Two Swords, I appreciate you. You're a G. Big up Two Swords, I appreciate you. Much love, much love. Thank you for spreading the word, spreading the gospel. I appreciate you.
said, I'll give you $200 to do 25 push-ups non-stop. Okay, ready?
Big up Andrew W. I feel like people went too far in real life to fuck with him. Plus, the keynote introduced him to sympathetically. I feel bad for him, to be honest. I don't, Andrew. I don't think it was bad at all. I think he did. I think he spent a long time lying about his finances, using his finances as a way to extract a lot of money out of people, continuously without. And again, it's not really like the lying about the finances thing was just so he could manipulate and he could he could fucking scam over his own fans. It wasn't for us detractors. We don't give a fuck. He did it to the fans because he always wants to seem like he's in need. He always wants them to know that he's in dire straits. Like even now, he's on the Kick incentive program thing where you get paid weekly. He's got pretty decent memberships, you'd imagine, on his YouTube page. He's got I think 2 channels or whatever monetized, plus the Kick and the Patreon. He's very comfortable now. He probably makes easily over 100 grand a year now, easily, very comfortably. But he still acts like he's poor. He still acts like he needs money all the time when he doesn't. He could probably live entirely off of his AdSense, but he acts like he needs constant members, like, you know what I mean? So before the bank leaks, before people started fucking with his life, he was acting like he was always in dire straits. And those bank leaks, yes, the way they obtained them wasn't great, but it was good because it exposed the lie that he obviously lies about his finances and acts like he's way poorer than what he actually is. And people got to see the levels of fucking overspending that he does. Because even if he was broke, let's say he is broke, he's broke because he gambles all his money on WWE champions. Do what you want with your money, but then you can't cry poor to your fans when you are making enough but you're spending it all in a reckless and frivolous way. Like, no one really has a problem with the money thing. It's just the fact that he lies so much and he thinks no one is paying attention to the shit. It's like, hey, and obviously being a shitty person, blah blah blah, all this screaming and shouting at the fans and stuff, that's not cool. So I don't think they introduced him sympathetically at all, to be fair. I don't think they did that at all. I just think they just kind of sucked up to him, Kino Casino, which might have been sympathetic, but I don't think they made him out to be a sympathetic person. I think they tried to downplay the begging and act like it wasn't a big deal, because I guess Kino begged as well in their own way, so I guess it was in their interest. But I don't think they actually sympathetically helped him at all. That's probably why, since they fell out, or since he fell out with them, he hasn't been able to kind of get back on there, you know, because he hasn't been able to retain their fan base, because a lot of the Kino Casino fans that were watching him have now gotten bored and moved, or have gotten offended and left, because he's not the greatest streamer to kind of follow. So I think they didn't do a good job of kind of making him seem like not a bad guy, and he didn't do a good job of trying to reinvent himself, because at his core he's a horrible, rotten person, really.
Here we go. Woo. I do 25 real push-ups on my floor. I actually did do them, but there's no way you could see it because I can't aim the camera to look over there.
And it's funny too, many years later he admitted that he lied about this, but at the time he acted like he did do it, and he got really pissed off at the person who didn't pay the money for him to do the push-ups, and I think he banned the person too. But years later he acted like, of course I didn't do the push-up, everyone knows I was lying. It's like, no, they didn't. You didn't say you were lying. You only admitted it years later. Like, it's just the Brendan Shaw thing. It's just like, why even lie about this? Like, it's just such an unnecessary lie.
But I actually just did do 25 push-ups. Woo! By the way, if you guys haven't noticed, there hasn't been $200 tip. The guy was a liar. I fucking go and do the push-ups, and he says, "Oh, yeah, no bullshit. You said do the push-ups. I did them, and now you're not gonna fucking, you're not gonna do it because you're an asshole, basically. You're a liar. You're a dishonest person. It's fucked up." Big Bane, sorry, that's not how it works. You said do 25 push-ups. I literally immediately hit the floor and did 25 push-ups. And now you're saying, oh, well, I want you to rotate the camera and set it up. Fuck you. No, I mean it. Fuck you. You didn't say any of that at first. You don't get to change criteria after it's already done. That would be like saying, I want you to go do this job for me. Someone immediately does the job and they say, oh, well, I actually wanted you to do the job with this criteria. Go do it again. No, that's not how it works. We had a verbal agreement. You failed to live up to the agreement, so go fuck yourself. Thanks for the super chat. Good fucking game.
We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
Enemy stun. How am what? So where did he spawn? He spawned behind me again. Yo, the game is so bad. I literally can't move right now. Look, I'm trying to move. The game caught me on the...
I don't know. I'd be so annoyed. Like, I know some of these guys do it as a job, so it's hard to enjoy games. But I'd be so pissed off if my whole entire career, I spent, I don't know, more than 2 decades being involved in video games and streaming and shit, and I was just terrible at all games. You know? It really annoyed me. It really pissed me off if I spent that much time. Yes, you get paid well. Yes, you've got all the attention. Okay, it's cool. But at the core of it, if my whole thing was video games, and for 2+ decades, I'm just bad at video games in general, or I'm just average at best, I'd be really annoyed. Especially if you're not having fun. Because these people wants to be good. He wants to be the best, right? You're not the best. You're not having fun. It must be miserable, isn't it? Plus you're begging for money and no one's giving it. You're feeling like they're withholding. You're getting annoyed. It must be kind of stressful to be him. I'm not gonna lie.
Edge and wouldn't let me move. I'm walking. I'm like, you won't do anything. What a piece of shit. I'm not buying any skins, Clyde. When I have one contribution all night of $5 so far, and we're a half an hour into the stream, I'm not spending any money on the game.
There we go. There we go. Someone just asked a question, right? And immediately that relates to him begging for money. Hey, will you buy any skins for this game? Obviously, I'm not going to buy any. Look at the donations. Bro, he didn't ask about that.
I really hope it picks up, guys. You guys usually like Call of Duty. This is my only Call of Duty stream of the week.
Another thing, by the way, he only plays games that people pay money to play. As soon as a game doesn't make money, he stops playing it. If you don't give him money, he won't play a game. Only plays games that people send him money to play. So he's literally not even streaming for his enjoyment or just having fun. He's literally streaming is just like a conduit to beg for money, or a vessel to beg for money.
Because we got so much other new stuff coming out. All right, and we're only 2 goals away from hitting DSP Tries It reward. I hope that we can do it tonight. Let's hit a goal. All right, one more match, then we'll split the part and we'll do another hour tonight. Come on, guys, let's get some support.
I think he did eventually hit the goal support goal, so he could do the DSP Tries It, and I think he got, of all things, Wingstop. Like, who cares about DSP Tries It really? Is it really that important to try like another fast food restaurant again and eat all with smacking your lips into the microphone? Like, I don't know. And again, the goals too, just for the trolls and detractors, really.
Right now, we're only at $26 or something like that, but we're only 2 goals away from DSP Tries It. Let's get support for Call of Duty, especially because this is the only Call of Duty stream this week, and I'm serious about this now. Let's get a sub over on Kick. No support on Kick tonight. Like, what is going on? Let's get some support on Kick tonight, guys. Let's get at least a single freaking sub from Kick tonight.
Everything. There has to be everything. You have to give him everything everywhere. Subs on Kick, memberships on YouTube, super chats on YouTube, super thanks on YouTube, donations on YouTube, donations through PayPal, donations on fucking Kick. He wants everything. Give him everything all at once. And give it to him every day. Every time he turns on the stream, give it me more.
I have to please you? Well, I'm doing good every single match. Like, literally every match I've done well. Kicking ass, doing all the dailies, and getting good to kill death ratios, top of the leaderboards. What do you want me to do? What else could I possibly fucking do? Oh, hi.
Stop begging and get a job.
All right, thanks.
Exactly.
I hope you're enjoying. I'm kicking butt tonight. Like, really, I'm mowing through. I am mowing through these characters, and I hope that you're enjoying. Please support the stream. We are officially halfway through the stream, and it's only like 20-something bucks to support. All right? We actually had a really good stream early today. We've had great supported streams for the last several days that I streamed. I don't want to have that end now tonight on Sunday night when we're only 2 goals away. If we hit the goal tonight, that means likely tomorrow we'll hit the goal day stream and we'll be doing DSP Tries It. All right, so please support the stream. We're at $29. Come on. Let's get, again, I can't believe, are we seriously, I gotta say this now. Are we seriously going to go an entire day with not a single piece of support from Kick? Not a single sub from Kick tonight? At all. None. 0. That's nuts. If that's the case, that's nuts. Now we're going to get none. Let's get 1 sub on Kick right now. That would absolutely be insane. I'm not going bald. I've had this problem with my hairline since I was young. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've always had.
By the way, he is going bald. There's a bald spot on top of his head that everyone keeps saying. He doesn't bend over his head as much, but he's definitely going bald. And he has one of the worst hairlines ever in the history of hairlines. But he's definitely going bald. And he dyes his hair too, but he doesn't want to admit that. Before, about another bit of the like raw, he was dyeing his hair jet black, I think, and people noticed and started to troll him about it. And it's no coincidence that now, in his recent weekly haircut he gets at Curls and Twirls, he now went, I think he got a more natural hair color and more, I don't know, maybe a lower level than jet black. It doesn't look as dark as it did before, because it's, you know, come on. You definitely dye your hair, bro. Look at your hairline.
Issue. If you take a look, this whole side of my face is not even with this side. It's always been like that my whole life. I was born that way, okay?
You're born clapped.
I've learned to deal with it, and it's all good. I don't need to be some fucking Adonis model.
I love the extremes, by the way. Because he's really ugly, he says he doesn't have to be really good looking to be. It's like, bro, no, you're just really fucking odd looking and ugly. Like Phil with a light bulb head, weirdly shaped head. Like, you just really odd looking. No one's asking you to be an Adonis, but why do you look like that?
I'm already happily married. Okay, I don't need to look like fucking John Stamos for all of you on a gameplay stream. So you can stop worrying about my looks so much. People who are saying dumb shit in the chat, like, you can stop worrying about that right now.
Maybe turn off your camera.
My hair was literally never even my whole life. Middle of my head and goes like this. It's really fucking annoying. Because I never had that issue in my.
Oh, by the way, this is a good clip. This is an old clip. This is where he blames, I think, his mum for his hair issues. And then I think he inadvertently reveals that his mum was combing his hair until he was 18 or 16 or something. Honestly, such a freak. His mum was combing his hair until he was 18 or 16, I think, or something like that.
Entire fucking life until I started wearing headphones all the time. And now that I wear them all the time, it like is a persistent issue. And I don't know what, like, for example, let's say you're someone else who has to wear headphones all the time. How do you solve that issue? Right? I don't know. Let's see. We did finally get a sub. It's from It's a Me Marcula. Thank you, It's a Me Marcula, the first sub of the day. So now we can at least say we did not go. We can now say we did not go a whole day without any support on Kick. So there you go, Marcula. Oh man, that's sad as shit.
So he lists it all as well on the banner. I didn't realize that. He lists every type of contribution donation option available to him, from the tips to the fucking memberships to the YouTube to memberships on YouTube, the subs on Kick, the PayPal. It's like it's running tally of adding it all up. Oh my god, this guy's a freak, man. I swear to God, he's a freak.
Oh man. And Rod needed a $10 super chat, $10 for Rogaine, joking Phil. I'm pretty sure Rogaine's way more expensive than $10, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I never got it. I probably never will. But the most annoying part of having a hairline like this is that if it were even on both sides, it wouldn't matter. But instead, I have more hair here and less hair here, and
there's still less hair there. He's acting like he's got like a normal hairline on that side. It's still bad. That one's obviously worse on the right hand side, but it's still bad. It's still receding. You can see it thinning out here, right there. It's not that hard to see. And he's also balding at the back, of his head at the top. If he, lowers his head, you can see it. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's so delusional. Like, your headline's bad across the board. It's not just one side, my friend.
It's fucking annoying because it's uneven. If it was even on both sides, it wouldn't matter, right?
Yeah,
so maybe I should take my own razor and shave the other hair. Shave it over there. Then people won't mention anything. Then I'll have like the Dan Aykroyd hairline, right? Or the Bill Murray hairline, because they have like this similar hairline. That's how I used to look when I was in like elementary school. My mom used to comb my hair like that. But actually, the truth is, that's why my
elementary school, my mom used to comb my hair like that. Fucking hell.
Hairline is much less on one side than the other, because all the way until I was like maybe 16, 17 years old, my mom always did my hair like that.
Your mom used to comb your hair until you were 16 or 17. You see the stuff that he reveals about himself inadvertently. That explains so much about this guy. Your mom used to comb your hair until you're 17 years old. Mamma mia.
So because she always parted the hair there, it actually fucked up my hairline. And that's why, right, that's exactly where my part was, right where my hairline's fucked up. You see?
So he's blaming his mum for his receding hairline, for his terrible hairline. It's his mum's fault. It's never DSP's fault, by the way. Great that.
Can't we just watch the stream and enjoy without being consistently pestered about support and being shamed for it? No, in fact, you're getting banned right now. I'm not even kidding.
The fake laugh as well, by the way. The fake laughing to try and make it look like it's all a joke and it's funny when he's being very serious. Oh, God almighty, man. What a horrible person. Jesus Christ. It's meant to be a gaming stream as well, by the way. But here just berate the fans, berate the viewers for not giving me enough money. And then when somebody calls me out on it, I'm going to ban them. Nice. Very non-toxic stream. Very non-toxic.
No. Now you're banned. Fuck off. Very nice. That's what you get for being a little bitch. Where do you think you are? This is the bitching hour. This is Black Ops 6, bitch. And I'm kicking ass tonight. And I got...
It's trying to be funny, but it's not funny.
Got adrenaline pumping, and we got support, and we're going to hit the goddamn goal, and we're going to keep this rolling. Well, the truth is, if a Cowboy fan, I don't care. If a Cowboy fan says, I think you look decent, it's better than like LTG who turns off his camera constantly. I don't care. I don't actually care how I look. What annoys me is when my hair sticks up in the back of my head. I hate that. That actually bothers me. But outside of that, I don't care. I know that I'm 43 years old and I'm not a fucking model. I'm just a gamer. I don't care.
And somebody tell DSP to get off my dick. This hasn't been the first, second, third, fourth, fifth person to send me something about the...
Big up LTG, by the way. LTG completely changed DSP's life forever. LTG made DSP stop wearing gamer shirts. He made him get a new haircut. LTG really saved DSP's life. You'd never admit it, but LTG definitely saved and changed DSP's life forever.
This nigga, DSP talking shit. Subliminally, listen. Me and DSP should even be mentioned in the same sentence. Somebody sent me a video talking about DSP says LTG is trying to avoid taxes. Click on the video, and this motherfucker that's been rocking a goatee for 20-something years. I don't know why the fuck you rock the same style of goatee for 20-something years.
All right, guys, I want to play some more, so let's continue. But please keep the support up. You guys are awesome right now with the support, and I appreciate that. Let's get someone else on Kick to become a sub or gift a sub. That way it's not all on It's a Me Markula tonight. Let's get someone else to support on Kick, all right? Right now, if someone did 20 subs, we'd be good. We'd hit the goal. And I'd give you the OG badge and the VIP badge. We'd be good. Who's going to take the offer? Let's do it right now. Can I summon demons with my hairline? Not yet. I've been working on it. I think I'd have to make it more like a pentagram up here then, right? Like a pentagram. Maybe I'll get a pentagram tattoo. Look at all that moral support over on Kick. Wow. Amazing. Too bad moral support doesn't pay the bills. What the hell just happened with the camera?
Oh, I hate him so much, man. Too bad moral support doesn't pay the bills. Oh, this guy's the worst. He actually is the worst person ever, and it really fucking is. But he somehow still is able to keep his head way above water. Somehow still. Honestly, fuck. It really does help getting in there early. I think a lot of this is because he started YouTube legitimately when people were when the app fucking first started. I mean, he was one of the first fucking streamers on there. So that just staying around and never quitting and just being a pig roach and never fucking going away has just allowed him to continue just rolling on that, you know, that level of quote unquote success over the years. But if you try and start, if somebody like him tried to start streaming today, there's no way he'd go anywhere because your personality is so disgusting that it would be halted straight away. But he's been able to get away with it over the years. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it.
What are you doing? Come over here. What a complete asshole.
Watchdog Kilo incoming on your location. Hostile counter UAV established above.
Great, now we got a fucking chopper. Nothing I could do. So I was doing great. I was doing great until the idiot came and wasted a spot on our team, which then made the entire downward spiral of the team.
I love how thin-skinned he is, and in you know, he hates criticism and shit. There's like it's Call of Duty. I don't play video games, so please forgive me, but I think there's a game. I think it's Call of Duty where there's like a kill cam. I think so. If you get killed, there's a kill cam after that shows you what happens, and DSP turned that setting off because he gets triggered when it shows that he's the one that's at fault, because he likes to complain and act like he did nothing wrong and something else happened that got him killed. Whereas the kill cam can accurately tell you, no, you got killed because you moved here, you weren't keeping an eye on that person down there, you gave away your position by doing this, by doing that, but he turns it off so there's no replay. So whatever he says goes. However, how he said it happened is how it happened.
Can be done when that happens, so. Yeah, I have a Cowboy fan. Every time I try to play this, what happens is a troll tries to join the lobby. What they'll do is they'll look at the other people who are listed in my lobby, and most people don't have the ability to join a game through their account off. I do, because I'm a streamer, but a lot of people don't. They leave everything as open, right? So then they join the lobby, they try to get on my team, and then they do what they just did. So they're not actually playing. They're just running around following me, tagging the map to distract my whole fucking team so we can't pay attention because it's so loud. And then they shoot whatever they're near me to give away my position. So that's what they do. And they've done this for years. This is not a new thing. Usually, by hiding the matchmaking like I'm doing right now, we're good because no one quits. But if someone quits the match early like a bitch, like someone did on my team, then we get screwed over. Right. Can't hit anyone. Dude, no. Enough. He ran in the door. I aim and fired. He judders forward in a teleportation animation, looks up, and I'm instantly dead. Fuck this laggy piece of shit fucking game. Treyarch can literally kiss my hairy fucking ass. They have no idea how to make a video game. What a waste of time. So you're going to put me in a match now with higher latency than everyone else and nothing.
If a game gets you this angry, you just got to change games, isn't it? It really isn't that deep. It shouldn't be getting you this mad. Especially not on stream. Maybe alone by yourself or one day, but games shouldn't be making you this angry.
Nothing ever registers? No, fuck you. Fuck you, you dumb fucking idiots who don't know how to make games. Unreal garbage.
Taking Bravo underway.
Again, whatever you say. Ultra slow-mo, can't throw the grenade, comes out super late, has no effect on the guy. I drew and fired. All of a sudden, my bullets have no effect. I die instantly. 3 in a row. Just going to keep quitting until they stop giving me skill-based matchmaking and putting me in laggy matches. So it might be 4 or 5 I have to quit out of. Seriously. I'm waiting for them to cut the shit and let me play the game. They're not letting me. 3 in a row, all laggy matches. Fuck this. There's no such thing as a bot lobby, you incredible fucking dunce. There's so many people playing this game, there aren't bot lobbies. Bot lobbies are for games that don't have players, you idiot. Again, the game literally lagged, skipped frames, then I was eating bullets and I was dead. It didn't even show anything, I was just already skipping around. Great. Okay, right there, every single bullet connects, I die instantly. It doesn't make sense. Dude, what? I got the drop on him. I hit him first. Again, look, 33 milliseconds instead of like 16, so now no one dies. Why is the game so fucking bad? Are you kidding? He went behind cover, then his bullets killed me when he was in cover. I'm just gonna quit again.
I like how you can't just be bad at the game. Can't you just be bad at the game? Why does it have to always be an error, some sort of malfunction, some sort of like mistake on the game's part? It's never you.
Until I get a good match that's in the teens, there's no point in playing the game. It's a piece of shit. Until I get a game in team connection,
that is really throwing your toys out of the pram. That's proper peak. No, forget that. That's proper peak taking your ball and going home. That's proper peak taking your ball and going home because you're getting fucking dunked on. You're getting spun. That is proper take your ball and going home shit. Come on, man. Leave game.
There's no point in playing a match. All these 30, 40, 50 millisecond matches are just completely laggy as shit. What a bunch of assholes. I'm supposed to do something about that, huh? What exactly would you like me to do besides die?
Play for fun, maybe? And not feel angry all the time and negative and miserable.
Okay. Waiting again. Let's see if I can find a match. That's 4 in a row that were all awful.
So fun, by the way. So
I'll
fun.
keep quitting until they give me a match with a good connection, because you know, once again,
I'll keep quitting until I win.
30 plus milliseconds till I get one that's a good connection. I'll keep quitting. I don't care about fucking win-loss ratio. I don't. Okay, let's try and go for number 5. Let's go for number 5. Can we get a working match? That's for 4 in a row that didn't work. All right. Well, guys, last couple of matches.
No money.
Last chance to support and let us.
Not even no money. He didn't get his target. He probably got close to it, but he's acting as if he got 0. Still, if you shouldn't be expecting anything, but the way he cries and complains and he's looking all sad and miserable, you'd think he got like minus. But he got probably like $70 or something, which is kind of close to his target. But he's gonna act like, you know, it's not enough. It's just a measly $70.
Let's hit the goal, but at this point, I'm not even going to mention it again because I don't think we're going to.
Please don't. Yes, thank you.
Frustrating night with the game running like shit. Bad connections.
Team deathmatch. Neutralize all threats.
Anyway, horrendous person. Let's go back to a little bit of TFATK. Let's go back to a bit of TFATK. So we did that one. Let's go back. Let's see what TFATK is Reddit saying. We got everyone in the stream chat that's watching. If you're enjoying the stream, you like what you see what you like, please like the stream down below, subscribe, join, become a member. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the marathon, which is in 31 days. So if you want to join, click the link in the description. All that good shit. Let's see. What's this? A tale of two beasts of a dads. Let's see what this is about. A tale of two beasts of the dads.
T, as he pitched last night, our team is fucking red hot going to the playoffs. And T pitched, but he's I don't know how to deal with it either. He's setting it's good and bad. He's setting these expectations that are going to lead him to complete disappointment because he's pitching in rec, and most kids pitch 2 innings and they're out. T pitched all innings
because he's a grown man.
5 innings. 5 innings, and only allowed 2 hits. But he walked.
5 innings or 5 innings? Everything he pronounces is so wrong. Is it innings or is it innings?
He's a grown man.
5 innings. 5 innings. And all innings.
Because he's a grown man.
5 innings. 5 innings. All innings.
Because he's a grown man.
5 innings. All innings.
Because he's a grown man.
5 innings. 5 innings.
Innings or innings?
And only allowed 2 hits. But he walked 2 guys at the end. And then I thought, and he, at 3 for 3 hitting, he destroyed the team. He's walking off the field and just furious.
We destroyed the team. I don't know. They wanted. I don't know. It's not that deep, isn't it? 9-year-old game. You're talking about destroying. Like, that's a bit too invested in this, I think.
And I'm in the car. I'm like, oh, this ain't good. I'm like, but he played really well. You gave up 2 hits. Do you see any other kids doing this? And he was like, dude, went to bed mad. Woke up this morning mad.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't. I looked at Joe. I'm like, this.
Yeah, he probably wants to impress you. T's probably doing that because he sees his dad being serious, so he wants to get on his dad's good side or make his dad think that, whatever. That's probably why he's doing it. If this story is real, if this story is true, if he's not lying, which I think he, usually is, then most likely it's Tiger is trying to, breed some sort of familiarity with his papa because he sees him acting all mad and angry at his game. So he's trying to reflect that, trying to mirror that instead of just having fun.
This ain't good.
Yeah.
Because he's creating these unrealistic expectations.
Well, but also.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out. It wasn't good, though. He didn't want nothing. We should go celebrate with the team after, go to dinner, burger, nothing.
Man.
Take me home.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, for giving up 2 hits, you psycho? Yeah, it's good and bad.
I know you secretly were like, ooh, I like this competition.
Yes and no. I'm like, hey, take it easy, man.
Yeah.
Also, once you get on the majors team, but it's gonna be a little different.
Yeah,
for
you can't sustain that. Yeah.
No, it's not, and then does he end up hating the sport because he gives up 1 run? That's what you don't want.
A few moments later.
All these idiots practice.
Yeah.
All these kids.
Yeah.
I went to the mound the other day.
Oh, so that's him trying to be somewhat reasonable and understand. That's the first clip is him trying to act as if he's like concerned that T is taking baseball so seriously and acting and being all upset and angry when they don't win or whatever. He doesn't do as well as he wanted it to. But then the second half of the clip, which is from the same episode, he's being extremely harsh and pushy with his kid while also insulting another kid. and also demanding the most and the best out of him because he wants to be pro. So okay, let's pick a lane. Let's pick a side. Are we the understanding dad? Are we the fucking go son dad and just enjoying the moment, or are we the fucking helicopter living vicariously through our kid dad, the stage mum? You know what I mean? The stage dad, the field dad, the mound dad, which he probably is.
Again, he only gave up 2 hits. There's a big fat kid there, slow. I went, buddy, if this kid gets a hit off you, we're not pitching anymore. That's where I'm at. And that's also why his attitude's that way. Part of it's on me. I go, if this slow fat kid gets a hit off you, this isn't for you.
That's a little bit...
What? Mean? It's sports. Tighten the fuck up. That's why I'm his dad. That's why he's an outlier, you know? You got to be ruthless.
That doesn't make any sense, really. Really doesn't make any sense. But hey, there you go. Very, very good parenting there. Beast of a dad. Brian Callen encouraging it, just laughing again there, giggling away. Let's continue. What's we got here? We spoke about the whiskey, I think, already. Clean. BAPPA doesn't like when you make fun of D.F.A.Gs. Let's see this.
And they're not grown.
Let's see this. This should be good. This should be fucking good. Let's see what this is about. I want to see this. BAPPA doesn't like when you make fun of D.F.A.Gs. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There you go. Let's see what this is saying.
And they're not grown.
All right, but this isn't a car podcast, right? Fuck it, dude.
This isn't any...
Go fast, all gas, or whatever, right?
It's drive.
Jesus Christ, bro. Is Crystalia trying to leave the show? You know this? Oh, actually, because Brendan's leaving. I get it now. Okay, this is where this is coming from. Brendan's leaving, so Chris is letting it all hang out. Because one thing we do know about these shows, Brendan doesn't like to be mocked. Brendan doesn't like to be laughed at. Brendan definitely was the one to like pull you aside after the episode and be like, hey, let's stop with the jokes. Even though he's meant to be a comedian or was a comedian, Brendan doesn't like being the one laughed at. He doesn't like it at all. It really makes him uncomfortable. It makes him angry. It probably, you know, is going to make him close to crashing out physically on somebody. So the fact that Chris is going through it like this is fucking hilarious, but I love it.
Fast.
Okay. Well, I hope I never know what it is, but I have a feeling it's coming around the corner. I'll know what it is.
Go fast.
Yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like that. He didn't like that. Wow, Chris, well done, mate. This is the only time I'm ever gonna say that about a PDF, but well fucking done.
He just says,
what is this here? In the front row in the movie theater.
He likes like this is based on like the real.
Yes.
He's like the real guy from Fast and
with his
Furious.
no gas, all gas shirt. Watch him.
No gas, no gas or no gas. No, this is brilliant. This is he needed this. He needed this, man. This is fucking brilliant. This mocking is good. No gas, because that name is fucking horrible. So far, all of these names, with the exception of the fighter and the kid, really, and even that's a bit wank. All of the names for everything he's done, it's always been shit. Thick Boy, Tiger Thick, this, Dry Fossil Gas. Before it was called, what was it called before? Do you guys remember what the show was called before? Before the name change of Dry Fossil Gas, it was called something else. Was it called like Looney Tunes or something? Was it called like Toontown? Toontown? Like everything he's done, the names have been so bad. Like Toontown. What? To be fair, thinking about it now though, Toontown would actually make more sense for the show he does now than Dry Fossil Gas. Because the show he does now, he actually does quote unquote tune or mod the cars, right? So it would make actually more sense. But still, terrible names for everything he does. But allegedly meant to be a marketing genius. Allegedly. He does not like that. He did not like that.
God, you're dumb.
How you guys figure out what else you got, Nick?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. You want to talk about fucking jumping cars?
All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes.
All gas,
All gas, no brakes.
He did not like that.
New one.
Hey, why do I hate these?
I have a new one.
Yeah, I got to get some more.
Because you're a
on
bitch,
mine.
bro.
I haven't been doing.
Oh, Brendan did not like that. Look at his face. He didn't move a muscle. Brendan didn't like that. I don't think Brendan, honestly, this is why he quit stand-up comedy. He actually is very thin-skinned and doesn't know how to, like, you know, jab back. Takes everything that people say about him, even these little jabs, as like insults. Like this hurts him. This is like an insult. He's really hurt. His feelings are actually hurt here.
On mine, I got to get more on mine.
Look, Chris looks at him to get a laugh. Chris looks at him to get a little laugh, see if he's laughing. And Brendan doesn't laugh at all. He's not even looking at him.
Because I saw...
Brendan saw him laughing but didn't look. And then Chris saw he's angry. He was like, oh, whoops.
I saw...
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yes.
That's Jesus Christ. That's an unfortunate looking man, isn't it? That's an unfortunate looking man. Big up the ladies in the chat. Imagine that on top of you, eh? Imagine that looking down on you. Imagine that. God Almighty. But yeah, Brendan did not like that joke. Because you're a bitch. Brendan did not like that at all.
New one.
Hey, why do I hate these?
I have a new one.
Yeah, I got to get some more.
Because you're a
on
bitch,
mine.
bro.
I haven't some more.
Because you're a
on
bitch,
mine.
bro.
I haven't been doing mine. I got to get more on mine because I saw.
Oh, he's actually hurt, man. Bless him. His feelings are actually, look, you see, that's like that meme in about that guy from Simpsons. He's heartbreaking. Don't cry. And the other one as well. Don't cry for me. I'm already dead. He is actually heartbroken.
I saw.
Whoops.
Yes.
Anyway, there you go. That's brilliant. I love that. Big up Crystalia. I love that. The first and last time I'm ever gonna say big up Crystalia, but big up him. That was so necessary. I'm assuming he's doing it because he knows Brendan's leaving very soon. So he gave him a really good swan song there, but that was fucking brilliant. That was really fucking good. What's happening here? What we doing? We did that. Cool. The rest of it I think we'll leave because I'm already approaching the fucking 5 a.m. mark. I think I've done most of the things, isn't it? Yeah, cool. So what else we got? Should we do one more before I leave? Should we do one more before I leave? Maybe one more. What should we do? Oh, there we go. Where is it? Where's that one about where's that one for American Redact? Let's do one more before we leave. Where is it? Where's the one I'm gonna do? Where's American Redact? Where are you? There you go, Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah, big up Tony Hinchcliffe. Big up Black American. Big up Black American in the chat. Wild one. I thought you were about to say and see he really is a lols. Big up Black American in the stream chat. Big up Jordan Ray. Big up Micah Mills. I see you. Two Souls. I see you. God's favorite. I see you. Mr. Still Your Girl. I see you. Alrighty. I see you. Theodore. I see you. Wild one G. Long time. Who else is here? Joe from MIA, I see you. Big up everybody in the chat, I see you. Chris Mack, I see you. Keepy, I see you. Big up everybody, I see you. Big up. Cool, let's do this. Last video to react to. Let's do Tony Hinchcliffe accidentally outs himself to Bill Maher. Let's go.
Comedians really, they'll just talk shit on a podcast, or they'll pretend like, me and Rogan and everybody in Austin's a bunch of Nazis and all. You just have to agree with everything they say, or you're not part of the club and all this crap. Being a Trumper isn't what you're calling a Trumper isn't that crazy. I mean, he did win the popular vote.
That doesn't mean it's not crazy. That does not. Those two things are not.
Exactly. Like what? That's also the wrong defense. Just say some people just like the guy and like his policies or like his attitude or whatever, his ideas, the way he speaks. You can just say that. It's not that difficult. You don't need to say because it's popular that must mean this right. It's like just say you like him. That's just no biggie. But that line of argument that he was going down was very bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so for those of you who don't know by now, Tony Hinchcliffe just appeared on the latest episode of Bill Maher's podcast, Club Random. And right away, you could tell Tony came in with only one goal, to impress Bill Maher. But the interview quickly went off the rails as Bill Maher realized that Tony's a hardcore Trump supporter.
You should tell me. I'm very curious. Your reputation now is as a right winger because you did the Trump rally and told the Puerto Rico joke, which is a great joke.
To be fair, people that do this as well with the watches, that's really corny, isn't it?
You did the Trump rally now is a right winger because
that when you do that with your watch, when you purposely like put the watch on, you know, where the elastic comes, so also it sticks out. That's very. Is it? Oh, look at the Burberry sunglasses too. That's very new money, isn't it? To put the watch like there. Usually, just, you know, your jacket kind of covers it from time to time. You might pull it up here and there, but you don't. You know what I mean? Putting your watch like that is like that's some near on douchebaggy vibes there. Really, putting the Rolex right there so you can see it, tucking in the what you call it, the elastic wrist cuffs in it behind it, just to make sure you see it.
because you did the Trump rally and told the Puerto Rico joke, which is a great joke.
When I got there, I go, when am I going up in this thing? And they go, you're up first. Can you imagine?
Oh, you opened for the Trump rally.
I went up after the goddamn national anthem.
But did you do it because you're a supporter of Trump, or just because it's an opportunity and a paycheck? Was it a paycheck?
No, it wasn't a paycheck. I did it literally to hopefully, you know, get some, hopefully, if only 10,000, not to mention 100,000, maybe 200 if we're lucky, actual people to vote for him. Yeah.
Oh, so you did want people to vote for Trump?
Yes, without a doubt.
Okay.
What? So he did that to help them win? I thought you did it just because it was fun. What was that going to do to help people elect? I don't get that. Huh? Is that like him having an overinflated sense of self? Or is that what he was hired to do? Did you really think that? That's a strange thing, isn't it? Anyway, maybe that's what, I don't know. I don't get that. I just thought they were meant to be like entertainment on the day, because it was during a convention, wasn't it? Right? So I just thought it was meant to be like, you know, a little bit of a comedic break in between all the serious talkings and politics screamings and all this malarkey. Have a bit of comedic relief. But I guess he was meant to rally votes in some way. I guess.
I think he gets a weird rap in this world, man. And, you
know,
know.
We're going to have to break off on that point. You know, my thing, I talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's okay that we disagree on that. I just didn't really know until this moment I thought maybe you just were doing it for a gig and because you believe in free speech, but you're not really a Trumper. But, you know, I mean.
So upon realizing that Bill Maher isn't exactly vibing with.
Also, measuring out your drinks in shot glasses at home. Measuring out your drinks in shot glasses in your home studio, like, come on, bro, just pour it. You don't need to be that, like, just pour it, man. If you're gonna do the whole drinking on the podcast, then just fucking pour it, like, really.
With his political worldview, and maybe even looking down on him for it, Tony Hinchcliffe suddenly goes into full-blown damage control mode. And in Tony's case, that means pulling out the wildest, most revisionist spin you could imagine. Because with a straight face, Tony tries to argue that he, Joe Rogan, and even Elon Musk are not far-right figures, which Bill Maher immediately shuts down.
And this is the thing, because I would argue that we're more center than left or right. I think you'd probably be shocked to know how at least from my perception, centrist.
As a gay man, you should have said, especially as a gay man, you'd be shocked to learn about some of the things I do and don't advocate for, you know?
We are. I've been watching you for my whole life, by the way. My mom always made sure we had HBO, even though I was raised poor. So I kind of get you, and it's crazy that I'm considered a right-winger, or that Rogan is, or that Elon is, and these people.
Anybody, I'm sorry, but anybody who is a Trumper,
exactly.
It's just, it's a different mindset that, you know, he'd have to be extremely different to get me over there.
Right.
And he knows that. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just way too insane and too far out.
So as you just saw here, Bill Maher did not let that nonsense go unchecked. And that's where the tone of the whole conversation changes. Because you see, Tony thought Maher was going to embrace him. He thought they were going to fist bump over hating cancel culture and ride off into the sunset as edgy truth tellers. But instead, Maher drew a line with Tony, basically saying, you can be a Trump guy, that's fine, but don't sit here and act like that isn't what you are.
Okay, but like,
you know, being a Trumper isn't what you're calling a Trumper isn't that crazy. I mean, he did win the popular vote.
That doesn't mean it's not crazy. That does not. There are those two things are not okay.
Right.
That's fine. Look, you've been talking to me for what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Do I seem like a guy who hates you because you voted?
No, and I'm the same
way. And I never will.
That's
be.
why I think you're. Believe it or not,
whatever you're
going to
say, I am.
I think you're.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
I am. I'm center
I think
left.
I am too, believe it or not.
I am, well, I am center left. To me, a Trumper is far right. There are old school Republicans. They are hiding right now, but they do exist. That's center right. Trump is different.
And this is where it gets kind of sad, because you can actually see Tony start to squirm, because he realized that Maher's not buying it, and now he's desperate to claw his way back into the man's approval. So Tony doubles down, saying again that he, Rogan, Elon, and Trump are all centrists, as if repeating it enough times will make it true. But Maher, again, is not biting.
And since I moved to Texas...
Oh, because you're not in L.A., but,
exactly.
but you're in L.A. sometimes.
Sometimes. But what I've learned is that, especially after the rally election debacle and everything, is that the farther left, even though they don't make it their identity or maybe talk about it on stage or whatever, the farther left people, comedians really, you know, they'll just talk shit on a podcast, or they'll pretend like, you know, me and Rogan and everybody in Austin's a bunch of and all. You just have to agree with everything they say, or you're not part of the club, and all this crap. Meanwhile, again, you know,
to be fair, isn't it like that though? Especially Rogan, does he really have any people on that kind of push against what he believes or anything? Like, really? Like, isn't it like that? Really though?
We're all pot-smoking, pro-choice. If you're going to call us far-right, crazy people, you have to realize we're all formerly registered Democrats.
I just don't understand, not like, just standing on your shit. Especially at this point, like I said before, nowadays it's probably the easiest and most, you know, it's the easiest and the least socially ostracizing era to live if you want to be a conservative or Republican or whatever it may be nowadays, considering how you know, there's been a shift in culture. So it's not like before during Trump's first presidency, where if you wore a red hat, you know, people kind of would want to chase you down the street and shit. It's not that serious, right? And they still can't just stand on their shit. They still can't just stand 10 toes on the fact that, yeah, we like Trump. Yes, we're conservatives. Yes, we're Republicans, whatever it may be. Yes, we're far right. Yes, we're MAGA. They can't just stand on that shit. They have to kind of do this like fake, we're centrist stuff. We're like center right. No, you're not. Like, just stand on it. It's okay. The coast is clear. You're not going to get admonished. Especially these guys. They're like super rich. No one's going to cancel you anyway. If they did, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't make a fucking dent. You're fine. What is this like centrist nonsense about?
Voters, and so is Rogan, and so is Elon, and so is Trump. All these people are famously old Democrats.
Okay, but that's not where we are now. They're not Democrats now. And I understand why the Democratic Party gives them the heebie-jeebies. That's different than being all in on Trump, which they are.
Then Bill goes on to clown Tony a little. He points out that he actually got a sit-down dinner with Trump, while Tony, the guy who opened for Trump at a rally, didn't even get a handshake.
You know, when I was going in to do that rally, the goal, you know...
Brutal. So he sucked up to Trump. He did that rally probably for free as well, wanting to get more votes, and then because it went so badly, he didn't even get a handshake. God damn it. I think, didn't Trump publicly like distance himself from Tony Hinchcliffe anyway? If I'm not mistaken, didn't Trump publicly say something bad about Tony Hinchcliffe? Do you remember? I think Trump did kind of initially say something like about how he didn't know who he was, he didn't book him. He kind of very publicly distanced himself, which was really funny though. He did it in his way that he does it. Like, I don't know the guy. I never heard about. Like, it was fucking hilarious.
It wasn't just to swing a few, 1,000 votes, hopefully, of whoever listens to my podcast or whoever liked my silly performance on the Tom Brady roast or whatever. It was also to fucking
My silly performance. He's trying to downplay it. You thought you was a lion, man. Don't downplay it.
And go, that was cool. Thanks, man. That's awesome. I liked your set. You got the crowd going. Which, by the way, I did. Of course, that room isn't mic'd for a comedy show. No, he didn't. I didn't get to talk to him that
day. Tony, you must feel so bad about that. You go and you're for him and you're working for him and you like him and me, nothing but vitriol for 10 years and I get the invite.
Isn't it wild?
I mean, that one must have hit Tony right in the core. But Tony probably thought that Trump rally was his moment. Like he was going to roast the libs, kill with the crowd, and be welcomed into Mar-a-Lago with open arms. But according to Mar, Trump didn't even notice him. And to my delight, the awkwardness doesn't stop there. Later in the conversation, Mar casually asks Tony if he watched his latest comedy special. And Tony straight up says no.
But man, it was a game changer for me. The comedy specials absolutely 100% contributed.
My last one was the best. Have you seen my last one?
No.
Oh, I'm not going to watch yours till you watch mine.
Okay, deal.
And then Tony immediately tries to recover by saying that Mar's been his hero since he was a kid, and that he learned his politics from him, and that everything he believes today stems from watching Mar on TV.
Why didn't you watch my last one?
I don't watch anybody's specials on TV. I like seeing them live.
I can relate to that.
I see enough people live to where I like waiting.
But you would like my last one.
Oh, I'm positive I would. I'm not kissing your ass.
Oh, you are kissing his ass. Tony Hinchcliffe trying to make friends. He's trying to be friends with Bill Maher, not realizing that Bill Maher is like the adult. It's like the far older version of Tony Hinchcliffe. They're the same personality person, so I don't think Tony will respond too well to somebody sucking up to him like this either. So yeah, it's not going to end well.
I've been a fan forever. I mean, all my initial politics and everything of anything about politics was through you.
So just to recap here, Tony walks into Mar's podcast as a proud Trump guy, gets embarrassed for being a Trump guy, then pleads with Mar
that Tony outfit is crazy, isn't it? That Tony outfit is crazy. The skinny cargos, whatever those fucking boots are, that jacket, I don't know where the fuck that jacket's from, the watch, the glasses. That fit is fucking insane. Look at it. Oh, is that Kylie's tequila, right? That's no Kendall Jenner's tequila. That's Kendall. Oh, I think they both own it. I think if I'm not mistaken. I know it doesn't matter. One of the Jenner sisters tequila. That is, yeah, interesting choice.
Mar's podcast as a proud Trump guy, gets embarrassed for being a Trump guy, then pleads with Mar that he only became a Trump guy because of Bill Maher. I mean, that's got to be one of the weakest.
Oh, is it? Big up, Joe from my. It's awful. What? Kendall's tequila, is it? It sells really well though, innit? I think I saw something about it going, maybe because it's really cheap. I think she priced it not too badly actually, but I think I read somewhere that it sells a lot, or maybe I've seen it in a lot of places, especially American-based podcasts and shit on the set.
Uno reverse cards in podcast history, and at this point, Mar just flatly tells him, "Look, it doesn't matter if you're a Trumper or not. I'll still have you on my show, but stop trying to pretend you're something that you're not."
I don't want to pat myself on the back and say no one else could do this, but I do want to ask the question, why can't anyone else do this? I just don't see that many people just talking to somebody else who, yes, may be a Trumper, and just not seeing them as this monster who you can't talk to.
Right.
I mean, and I'm not going to convince you, and you're not going to convince me, and we just accept that.
Yeah.
And honestly, that moment kind of sums up the entire exchange. Because what makes this thing so painfully funny is that Tony isn't actually trying to argue his way out of being a Trump supporter. He's just trying to rebrand it. He's trying to soften the edges so he can still hang out with the cool, centrist comedians he grew up admiring.
But it's weird. It feels like Tony keeps saying he's a fan of Bill Maher and he loves him and he's been his North Star. But it sounds like Tony didn't know that Bill Maher is very anti-Trump, or at least doesn't like him too much, or is not fond of the politician. I don't know, whatever. he went into it kind of, he didn't really know what he was getting himself into. Strange, isn't it? It seems that way. It seems like he thought he was going to be one of those type of dudes who like to do the both sides thing, but that's not the case, and it went wherever it went. Strange interview.
Bill Maher. So yeah, overall this was probably the only interesting part of the whole podcast. The rest of it was just Bill Maher talking about himself in a dimly lit man cave, while Tony laughed a little too hard at his jokes and tried not to cry.
Well, I got great advice when I started, when I was complaining about a shitty crowd once. And a great comedian said to me, that's why they're here. Because they're not in a good mood. They came here for the medicine of laughter.
Wow. Do you remember who told you that?
Yeah, I didn't want to say because it sounds like name dropping.
Okay. Who was it?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, he definitely loves Bill Maher. That's definitely his real North Star, because that joke wasn't that good to laugh that way. Bill Maher is definitely Tony Hinchcliffe's North Star, because the way he laughed, that didn't make any sense. That joke was not that good.
But seeing Tony realize in real time that the world now sees him as the Trump comic was honestly fascinating. Like, he tried so hard to pivot, reframe, and finesse his way back into being viewed as this edgy, centrist rebel, but the label's already stuck. But with that being said, guys...
Anyway, that's it done. Big up American Redact, big up Black American too. Big up American Redact, appreciate you. Thank you for that. Check them out, really good channel. Love all their videos, really good. But yeah, Bill Maher's gonna Bill Maher, Tony Hinchcliffe. A great meeting of minds there between themselves. That's the title of the video. You see it right there. Check it out if you're that way inclined. Big up freaking him. Big up fucking him. Oh, by the way, his show's called Club Random, and my show's called The Random Show. I wonder if he got inspired by me. I wonder. Random show, Club Random show. But to be fair, there's loads of random shows out there, to be fair. So who knows? Who cares? Anyways, people, appreciate you. Love and light. Thank you for joining in. Pleasure, not a chore. You know how it is. Thank you for joining me. Like the stream before you leave. Subscribe to the stream channel or channel in Daryl. Leave me a comment in the chat, all that good shit. I'll add the timestamps now. And yeah, man, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. So around the same time, maybe a bit earlier this time, or later on today, actually, later on today, for part 5, day 5 of the stream. Day 5 of the stream coming up tomorrow, of the marathon stream. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure, never a chore. Smash the flipping like button if you can. Help a brother out. Be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys again later on today, tomorrow, whenever, 11:30 p.m. my time, for another episode of Random Show as we approach day number 31, which is happening in the 6th of June, right, during this marathon. So support if you can. Bless, love, light, all that good shit. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Yeah, cool. Peace.